ilé ọkọ mo wà so mi ò lè ṣe màá lọ ní Monday àmàdé ní kinní kan I can't. Wọ́n wá tún wá gbé ìyá kan dìde wọ́n ní wọ́n máa ṣàjọ̀dún lórí òkè yẹn wípé àwọn fẹ́ kí n meet ìyá yẹn náà jáwọn ìyá alágbára tán hold position lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mo meet ìyá yẹn wá ní pé wọ́n ti ròyìn fáwọn gan o pé no you are a very good woman kinní kan ní fine and good àti ìlọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ta pẹ̀lú ara wa tíyà ìwà ó wà mọ́lé mi èmi náà mo lọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. She was now telling me pé a máa lọ sóṣogbo a máa lọ meet àwọn ìyá òun kan ìyá yìí ó gbé mọ́tò fún mi Mercedes ó gbé mọ́tò fún mi ó ní kí n máa gbé lọ pé tí n bá ti lówó kí n san àṣé tó o bá wà spiritual o ò ní mọ̀ pé o wà spiritual ọkàn mi ń sọ fún mi pé this thing is a bait mo wá dákẹ́ mo wá ń wò time tí bàbá introduce mama yẹn sí mi bàbá ò wá bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ wọ́n ti cut me off ìmọ̀ àti mama la wá ń relate mama yẹn ṣàlóhùn máa mú mi lọ bí kan a máa lọ sóṣogbo tàbá kúrò lóṣogbo a máa lọ Ẹdẹ mo ní kí là ń wá kiri mo ní obìnrin ẹgbẹ́ mi kì í ṣe ayé tí mò ń lò lọ ìlú máa mú mi rìnrìn àjò kankan torí mi ìwà nǹkan kan mo ti bímọ ọmọ mi ti wà òkè mo ti nílé lórí kí ni mo tún ń wá àṣìṣì kí ló ń jó mi lọ́wọ́ tí mi ò fi jólẹ̀ mo wá sọ fún wọn wípé mi ò lọ ṣé àwọn pé màmá yìí bínú gba mọ́tò lọ́wọ́ mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín torí pé mi ò tẹ̀lé wọn lọ síbi tán ní ká lọ yẹn I understand so gullibility wa òun ló máa ń jẹ́ ká rìnrìn ìwèrè yẹn jẹ́jẹ́ náà torí òkè wọn sílẹ̀ èmi lèmi fẹ́ sí ẹ̀tẹ́ ìrìn lọ wọ́n invite ẹnìkan lára àwọn students mi member business partner mi ló mú mi lọ pé kí n wá lọ rí bàbá kí wọ́n máa help mi láti rí owó yẹn gbà owó tí ì ṣe pé bóyá èmi nìkan ni mo wà ìbọ́ọ̀bù Nàìjíríà ọkọ̀ ń gbìyànjú mi títí di bí mo ṣe ń wí yìí o títí di bí mo ṣe ń sọ yà àti ìròwó yẹn gbà over $2 million ẹ̀mọ yóò ti máa jẹ́ láti 3-4 years ago. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mi ò kú mo ṣì wà láàyè bọ̀ mo wá ń wo ìrìn àjò yẹn títí pé mi ò ní nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ fi kún mi lọ́mọ tí mo fẹ́ fi dájọ́ mi dẹ̀ ní nǹkan tí yára mi kankan tí mo fẹ́ lò torí mo wo àwọn méjèèjì àti bàbá tó mo kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ àtàwọn tó mú mi mọ́ mo rí i pé àmì díẹ̀díẹ̀ wà lára wọn mo yá họ mo sá. I understand.
Ben.
If we say daddy Popsin wọ́n ṣe sọ yẹn wọ́n ní we are too religious. Even in Nigeria, not in Africa, we are too religious. But being religious, we have to use our brain. Tí mi ò bá káràmásìkí tí mi ò ní àkíyèsí ni nígbà tí gbogbo kìíní yẹn bó ṣe ń jó mi lára tó máa ti wọnú ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
nígbà tí ilẹ̀ ṣú yìí màá wá wọ ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́ wọ́n máa fi mí dààmú àwọn ọmọ mi láàmú tó yẹ pé wọn mọ nǹkan kan lẹ́yìn pé kán jẹun ọ̀lọ́rẹ̀ bóyá èmi náà ò ṣe lọ́rẹ̀ but iye mi tètè sọ bí mo ṣe rí kìíní yẹn báyìí wọ́n wálé mi ni wọ́n kó àwọn aláwo wá wọ́n á gba mọ́tò yẹn lọ́wọ́ mi.
èèyàn máa wá sáré kẹ̀kẹ́ kọlu mọ́tò.
èmi wọ́n wá ń retí torí mo ti san 1.5 ní owó mọ́tò yẹn 6 million láwọn fẹ́ tà mo ti san 1.5 àti 1.5 àti mọ́tò mi ìbèrè kankan ti sìn. ìfà wọ́n ń pe ọkọ mi wọ́n sọ wípé kán sọ fẹ́ mi wípé tèmi ò bá nídìí mọ́tò mọ́ káwọn send owó tèmi ti san káwọn send ẹ̀ sí mi ọkọ mi ní ẹ ò dẹ̀ pé wọ́n náà pé nìkan mọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ò ní dáhùn lọ fi mí sílẹ̀ àti mọ́tò àtowó how much is 1.5 jọ torí Ọlọ́run nǹkan tó tọ́lọ́run ti fà mí yọ nú ẹ̀ má jẹ́ tún lọ ra kíní nú ẹ̀ títí mo ṣe ń sọ yìí àti mọ́tò àtowó mi ìbèrè kankan. I understand. So we are like too gullible. Well, especially if we have problem. Pẹ̀lú àwọn obìnrin, oh God, kò sí ohun tí wàhálà òun ìdààmú kò lè tì wá sí. àwọn nǹkan tí bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nǹkan tí àwa fúnra wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí individual tá à ń fà ó kọjá ogun tó wọnú ayé wa kò dẹ̀ sógun kankan nú ayé wa ju pé a ò ní sùúrù lọ èyàn ò lè gbáre kó má gbàbí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tíbi tiré la dá wa.
everything cannot be going smoothly. tí business mi ò bá break nígbà tó break yẹn bí ẹ̀mí mi àti pin báyìí but ẹ lè rí mi ní in person kí ẹ mọ̀ pé mo larú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kọjá. when we convert the $2 million to Nigeria now it's over 3 billion naira.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
but kí ni ṣe bówó ni Ọlọ́run ló fún mi tó bá tún wọn Ọlọ́run á tún gbé mi dìde. bẹ́ẹ̀ni kò gbọmọ lọ́wọ́ mi náà kò gbọ́kọ ṣóhun ìní nta ẹ pa máa fi sílẹ̀ sáyé tẹ́ pé àní mẹ́ni tó máa lò. I understand.
Thank you so much
the act of vulnerability òun la fi ń fi ẹsẹ̀ wa rìn lọ sí àwọn ìchọ́ọ̀chì yìí ṣe láwọn ní chọ́ọ̀chì bíi rìdíìmù nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣì dá o ṣe láwọn ní orí òkè yìí káì àwọn olórí òkè lọ gbàdúrà ọjọ́ mẹ́ta lọ gbàwé ọjọ́ mẹ́fà lọ ṣe bíríbírí ọjọ́ mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún yìí tí wọ́n burú ju tàwọn táwọn wí yìí lọ tí wọ́n ó burú you will be there lórí mountain níbẹ̀ tọ́sí tí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ju ẹ lẹ́sẹ̀ wà á máa gbàdúrà ìjọta tí ń gbàdúrà náà kí la gbàbọ̀ ńbẹ̀ kí la mọ̀ tó wà ní abẹ́ òkúta tó ń sọ pé ká máa gbàdúrà sí pa Ọlọ́run máa ran Daniel lọ́wọ́ Rotimi Ọlọ́run máa ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run máa gbé dìde àwọn èèyàn máa dìde lórí prógráàmù yìí a máa liberate àwọn èèyàn
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lágbára Ọlọ́run
pé Ọlọ́run ó súnmọ́ wa ju iṣẹ́ ọrùn wa lọ ẹni tó dá wa ó súnmọ́ wa ju ẹ̀mí inú wa yìí lọ kí là ń bá ká if we can just relax our mind kò sí nǹkan kan tó máa dé bá ẹ̀dá tí ìṣẹ̀dá wa ò mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ a ò dẹ̀ lè gbáre ká má gbà bí ṣé èmi fúnra mi ṣé mo rò pé mo lè kúrò owó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn jọ láyé mi mo dẹ̀ kójọ nìyẹn àwọn alágbára dẹ̀ gbà at first they said it was money laundering later they said it was kí ló ń pè terrorist later wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n lọ wádìí business tí mo ṣe yẹn ní Sweden wọ́n ṣàṣọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ títí èmi fi wọ́n ní nǹkan tó wọ̀. We were now going from bank to bank títí di 3 weeks ago I still went to Lagos. When they said they are going to give us some percentage pé wọn ò ní lè san gbogbo ẹ̀ àníyé tẹ́ bá fẹ́ san fún mi ẹ san fún mi kí n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ life mi padà. ẹ san fún mi 10% lè fẹ́ fún mi nínú ẹ̀ 20% give it to me wọ́n ní reconciliation ministry kan wà ní Victoria Land we went there we were about 17 tá a pàdé ń bẹ̀ we were about 17 tí wọ́n pé wọ́n gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé owó wa èyí náà lẹ́dẹ̀ pé wá wípé gbogbo àwọn tí Emefiele bá gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé owó ẹ̀ o láti 2019 sí 2022 wípé ká present documents and we presented everything from A to Z up till now we have not gotten anything.
Elédùmarè á ṣe owó yẹn ní jíjáde lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Àmín just because we are not connected. And I'm not bí n bá ti connect pẹ̀lẹ́ dá mi èfi tó kù fi lẹ́fọ̀ Ọlọ́run ṣe bí mò ń jẹun ọmọ mi dẹ̀ ń jẹun kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká má fi ẹsẹ̀ wa ká má fi rìn
ká má fi wá tí ò sọ
mọ́ kí Ọlọ́run á ràn gbogbo wa lọ́wọ́ ilé iṣẹ́ dáwọ́ ò ní gbàgbọ́ ni.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè thank you so much
thank you.
Yes ma. Wọ́n tó ti seize screen àwọn olùyàrá dáradára. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń yọ mí lẹ́nu lórí flagging yìí ẹ̀ ní nísìnyí olú alọ́ tún nìyẹn àwọn ò rarùn olú alọ́ nìyẹn náà tó ti ń pariwo lórí kínní. Now
lẹ́yìn pé kí n jẹun kí n wọṣọ kí n sùn kí n jí
mo
mi
bọ̀
ìfẹ́ wàhálà.
Mo Samuel ó yẹ sáré bá wa ṣe pápápá ẹ lè fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan ẹ on mute Mo Samuel hello Mo Samuel Mo Samuel okay Mommy Baroness Lizzie ẹ bá wa ṣe pápápá.
I was talking. Education ní
Okay.
pápá lọ́bẹ̀ oge.
Wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti wá padà.
I'm sorry, I came in right that late nítorí mo lọ sí function.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Èkì tó lè join so ibi tí Mr. Michael Ilori ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni
Towards the
lè
tail
dé.
end of it gan ni mo join.
Okay.
But nígbà yẹn gan pàápàá it was enough for me to hear that, you know, of course, like his opinion is a little bit biased. And I don't know. But maybe his connection with this Julie King maybe is a little bit more than he's letting on.
Yes.
So generally concerning that discussion, all of us here are the way the system works. The innocent is the one who is victimized. In any Nigeria la fẹ́ sọ ni àti mọ̀ pé tábà mú èèyàn méjì wá in respect of maybe an offence has been committed. Ṣọ́nà tí mo sọ yé yín.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
It depends on who has the most money. A victim would only get away with it if they have more money than the person who caused the offence. And that is very unlikely. Nítorí pé kí ni a máa rí pé ẹni tó jẹ́ pé tí ò ní agbára òun la máa ń ṣe jù. Now níbi ọ̀rọ̀ ibi tí rape yẹn even in civilized countries ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo mean ni pé even in the countries tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa mú yín lọ́nà fún tó bá mọ̀ pé okay rape ti ṣẹlẹ̀. I hope I'm not, by mentioning this word, we don't have people flagging whatever. But ibi tó bá jẹ́ pé irú nastiness ibi tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Ewu ńlá gidi gan ni. It's a great, you know, in some countries the sentencing for a conviction of let me call it sexual assault can be upwards of 20 years.
Then,
you know, this is in places where the system works, you know.
And that's the reason why he should come out and then try as much as possible to clear himself in all truth and sincerity, and face the music.
It's actually very simple. If the allegation, because that is what it is at the moment, you know, if the allegation is true, and if you know that if this man knows that the allegation against him is spurious, it hasn't got any basis, you should come out and say so. Prove that, you know, it is baseless, it is spurious. There is no, you know, and then we will balance it. And then we will discuss it and say, okay, this is the evidence that you have produced, you know. Therefore, you are now vindicated. You now know that you are not guilty. Listen, on the other hand, show you and a lady and the country, Mo Samuel, what question comments the onus is on the man to prove that, you know, this is unfortunately this is actually the case, because why I say unfortunately is because you were wrongly accused.
Benny.
So sometimes it can be to be fair, it can just be a matter of them say, you know, and it matters who gets their own story on board and garners the sympathy first of all.
Ben.
I am not nobody here in their right mind is here to defend a sexual predator.
Nobody.
In their right mind to be able to do so.
Exactly.
However,
However, there still has to be evidential, demonstrated evidence.
Then.
For those who don't jump on board on top of, because and also okay, perhaps there might be. We are not saying that clearly there is, the matter is still to flesh itself out. Nifemi needs to come here and give us a little bit more information so that we can understand the motive behind it. That is this because why is it now coming out now? Is it because fear or the trauma, has been allowed to be? It has been allowed to build up, and then something triggered, and then it is now flowing out, or we need to discern that. Could there be maybe one daddy mentioned it that there's evidence that they may have, if there's not a deep-rooted relationship, there's clearly has been something going on between them from what has been discussed. We don't know. It is when we hear from A properly and we hear from B properly that we'll be able to objectively say, okay, this is the matter. So both of them need to come here and give us a little bit more information. However, I don't see any reason why when you're accused of rape, or of sexual assault, to go on social media and to start jumping up and down on the spot is not the wise thing to do. The first thing you need to do is to, if you're not guilty, you quickly come and deny the allegations, you refute the allegations, and then you get ready to present your own evidence to say that, this is not the situation. You're not saying that, you may even not be saying that, because they sleeping with a woman of how would I say it, of legal sexual age. It's not a crime, There may be a moral quantity to it. I don't know if Nifemi is married or not. If she is not married, and the other gentleman is married, fine. There may be talk of adultery or whatever. But that is, the adultery is against the man's wife, who's not against everybody else.
Yes.
You understand? And it is not, it is actually left for the man's wife to actually, if she wants to make anything about it, she does it. If either of them is married, then of course the adultery is performed against, their various partners. You understand? Otherwise, sex between consensual adults is not a crime.
Thank you so much, ma. Ben.
No matter how sometimes morally deplorable it may be, if the law says that it is not a crime, it is not a crime. But for this platform, nobody should not be thinking that because ROD is compassionate, therefore maybe they think you're soft and that you haven't left your. ROD hasn't left his brain at home. Let me assure you.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
Yeah. So anybody, if we come here, it is to look at both sides of the story, and then we'll be making our, not even judgments, but our assessments and our discussions concerning it. Yeah. I love this platform too. You know what? I do. Yeah. So God
thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mo Samuel. Okay. You said you have an experience to share.
I didn't know I muted my mic and I was talking.
Oh, okay.
Mommy Sunshine sọ pé orí òkè orí ìsàlẹ̀ gan terrible ju orí òkè lọ. Sherry, ẹ jẹ́ kí n forúkọ bo church ẹ̀ láṣìírí. It was my sister that was knew about it.
Ṣé máa sọ church yẹn fún mi lẹ́yìn ìsìn?
Àti wọ́n ní wọ́n di born again. Kí lẹ sọ?
Ṣé máa sọ fún mi lẹ́yìn ìsìn?
Màá sọ fún yín, màá sọ orúkọ ìfún yín lẹ́yìn ìsìn.
Okay.
Àti ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sọ nírọ̀lẹ́. So ìgbà tí Anglican ni wà o, bí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ṣe lóun di born again nìyẹn o. Ló di pé kó máa ta gold, kó máa ta gbogbo ẹ̀. So bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ sí church lẹ́yìn ilé wọn lórí lẹ́yìn street wọn nìyẹn. So bí
fire further than die.
Obìnrin ni pastor yẹn, so wọ́n ṣàmú bíi mọ́mí ṣe mọ̀ new convert and all that. So àwọn èèyàn á máa lóun rí nǹkan síyàn, òun rí kinní kan sí yín, àṣé àáfàá ló máa ń pè ní Ìlọrin. Tí tẹ bá ti gbọ́rọ̀ yín lọ sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀, ó máa lọ sọ́dọ̀ àáfàá, ó máa pe àáfàá yẹn pé àkọ́ báyìí lọmọ ìjọ òun sọ òun ní pé kí ni kò ń ṣe sí i. Òun ló máa tó tá àáfàá bá ti jíṣẹ́ fún un, ó máa wá jíṣẹ́ yẹn fún yín. Wọ́n ní àwọn èèyàn máa kó mi sórí altar. So wọ́n ní táwọn èèyàn bá ti kó mi sórí altar, ó máa change ẹ̀. èyí tá a fà bá ti gbé fún yẹn ló máa gbé sí orí ọ̀tà yẹn so bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́n mi ṣe mọ̀ tí ó bá ti ní ó lè sọ pé òun travel òun fẹ́ lọ sí Ìlọrin òun fẹ́ ṣe kinní kan òun fẹ́ ṣe gbá ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ló máa chátà mọ́tò fún un ló máa san owó mọ́tò tó máa wọ̀ lọ sí ibi tó fẹ́ lọ ó máa sọ nípa crusade wà kinní kan wà sóyìn òun mọ̀ so driver yẹn ṣáà máa gbé lọ ìgbà tó ibi táṣìírí ti wá tún ní pé driver wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sá fún ṣe mọ̀ àwọn àmà sọ fẹ́ gbọ́n mi pé òun ò rí driver wọ́n á pe driver ṣe mọ̀ driver ṣáà máa dọ̀jẹ̀ kò fẹ́ gbé lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ ni ó bá dọjọ́ kan ni wọ́n ṣàrà pé wọ́n bá ní àkójọ ṣebí àwọn ṣáà máa ń fún lówó kí ló dé tó rán ní mọ́tò ẹ̀ ní ìtì wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ́ mọ́tò wa nǹkan kan wípé àwọn máa ń fún lówó so kí ló wá dé tó wá máa ń sá ṣé owó táwọn fún òtó ni ló bá ṣàsọpọ̀ òun fẹ́ wá rí wọn lé pé kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ orí fóònù so nígbà tó délé wọn ló wá ní àkànjọ òun ò lè máa gbé wúmà yẹn lọ mọ́ pé in fact ilé àfà làwọn máa ń lọ ilé àfà ni òun máa ń gbé lọ ni àwọn jọ máa ń lọ òun ò dé lílọ wọn kò ṣèbí pásítọ̀ ló pera òun ò lè jẹ́ kó wá fi òun gan jóná wípé in fact ó ti máa ń jíṣẹ́ fún òun wípé tó bá dẹ̀ ti dé pé ó máa sọ pé àwọn ní kò ń ṣe nǹkan ká tó wá máa gbowó ká tó máa gbà lára owó òun kìnnìkan pé so nítorí náà ni òun ṣe wà interested mọ́ òun ò fẹ́ lọ mọ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi wá wò pé akíní gbogbo eléyìí so at the end of the day wọ́n ṣàgbé wọ́n kàn transfer woman yẹn wọ́n máa transfer kúrò ní parish yẹn wọ́n gbé lọ sí parish ibòmíì ó wá ní iṣẹ́ mọ̀ àwọn kan tó máa ti gbé pastor kan lọ wọ́n máa bínú wọ́n fẹ́ tẹ̀lé lọ sí another place pé after all òun ló plant church yẹn pé so ó wà unfair for them to now transfer her to another place so wọ́n wá gbé another woman pé kó máa head church yẹn wọ́n máa ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní Germany yẹn wọ́n wá ní factions méjì àwọn tó support òun àwọn kan support òun àwọn kan support the other person tó yẹ pé wọ́n fi oògùn wọ́n tú church yẹn ká tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní láti suspend mọ́mì tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn so àwọn tó máa ń gbómi sí orí altar èèyàn ní láti wà careful èèyàn tí yàn sọ̀rọ̀ fún èèyàn ní láti wà careful because like Mummy Sunshine said our gullibility and desperation òun ló sún wa dé gbogbo bíi tá a wà because èèyàn náà ní láti máa rori because if you tell me anything I think about what you tell me you understand so we have to be very careful àwọn tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ wa fún nígbà tí yàn bá sọ̀rọ̀ fún pásítọ̀ tí pásítọ̀ kọ́kọ́ pé yàn ní ó kọ́kọ́ lọ pe àáfà.
àáfà náà tún máa pe babaláwo ni o
àbí.
àáfà náà ní nǹkan kan o.
ó yà mí lẹ́nu ṣé mo kí wọ́n tún máa gbé omi ọ̀hún tú sí fún yàn kò sí nǹkan kan tó bá dì níbẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ ṣe understand èèyàn á gbómi sórí ọ̀tà àgbà àná ìtìyàn láti kó gbogbo àná ìtìyàn wà lálànà ìtìyàn ẹ̀ a kò látẹ̀kọ́ a kò lọ sí ọbẹ̀ yẹn wọn lọ máa fi nǹkan sínú ẹ̀ á wá dà padà fún wọn á máa sọ fún wọn òun lọ sórí òkè kan òun lọ síbì kan á dẹ̀ kó wá fún wọn God is your defence God is your kinní kan God is your this wọn á máa tàn wá jẹ nǹkan tẹ́mi kàn ní láti sọ nìyẹn
ẹ ṣe
lórí wọn pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ mi bàjẹ́.
ẹjẹ́ á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tú wọn fóònù sẹ́ẹ̀ ẹjẹ́ á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tú wọn fó ká má máa bò wọ́n eléyìí tí mo fẹ́ ṣe ní bóyá títí next week sí upper week nsìn ń máa dárúkọ ẹ̀ tí ó dẹ̀ tí ń tó máa ṣe àwọn pásítọ̀ wèrè tó ń ṣe two some káàkiri èmi ò ní bò ó
ó lágbára.
ìbá gbé 1 billion wá tí ẹ ti bàjẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mi guy man gidi ni uncle Yomi Fashlanso.
Yes.
mo rí yín mo ráyọ̀ ẹ bá wa dá sétò pàápàá. àwọn èèyàn wa ẹ kalẹ̀ sà. àpèyìn fún kú àpèyìn fàìsàn fún owó ọmọ ẹ̀kú balẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ni. kòlòkòlò láìsí ló di fẹ́hùn ọmọ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀. ẹ jẹ́ tó rántí alábẹ́fẹ́ o.
Ìfẹ́ òkè alẹ́ lára bí ìbọn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wọ́n máa ń bà tẹ́lẹ̀ hàn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Olódùmarè tó ṣe tọ́lá. Ọkùnrin nìyẹn. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀lẹ̀ fún ọkùnrin rẹ̀.
Àmín. Àṣẹ Ìdùmarè.
Èwo lẹ ṣe?
àlàáfíà ni o, ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn yín náà ni o.
Àṣẹ. Àwọn bàbá yín ni wọ́n ṣe bàbá tèmi. Bàbá tèmi ti ṣe aláǹtí ní bàbá tèmi. Àwọn ilẹ̀ ń ṣe àwọn bàbá yín ní bàbá mi wọn. Dá bàbá mi wọn.
Àwọn èèyàn jàtijàti ó ń dọ̀tí.
Àwọn bàbá yín ni. Èèyàn mélòó nù wa ló móríkì ilé ẹ̀? Tó lè koríkì bàbá ẹ̀ àbóríkì ìdílé ìyá ẹ̀. Ṣáà la nípa fẹ́ mọ gbàgbé.
Èmi lè ṣe mí o.
Mo ní èèyàn mélòó? Èèyàn mélòó? Ìbéèrè tá a kó máa gbéra wa nìyẹn. Ṣé a mọ ẹni tá a jẹ́, ṣé a mọ bá ṣe jẹ́? Ṣé a mọ ìpìlẹ̀ wa? Tó bá ní òkè through àwọn òbí wa la ṣe gba ẹ̀sìn àjòjì. Òkè àwọn òbí tó bí wọn náà wọ́n gbà látọ̀dọ̀ wọn. Àwọn àkọ́kọ́ òbí wa tí wọ́n forcefully gbélé wọn lọ́wọ́, ṣá lè imagine nǹkan tí wọ́n go through wọ́n tó gba kinní ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó forcefully gbélé wọn lọ́wọ́ tipátipá ti kúkú. Bó o gbà ó kú, nǹkan ṣe fún wọn nìyẹn. Bó o gbà ó kú, òun làwa ń gbé kiri tí ò fi yé wa nìyẹn. Torí Olódùmarè ò lẹ́sìn. Ohun tí káàkiri àgbáyé before the advent of àwọn kinní, ohun táyé fi rọrùn gbà yẹn nìyẹn. Kò sẹ́ni tí wọ́n mú tipátikúùkù pé come and be a spiritualist, that you know your God on your own time. Túmọ̀ ẹ̀ nìyẹn. There is no in between. Ìwọ ló mọ bó ṣe fẹ́ máa ké pe Ọlọ́run ẹ̀. Or then convert in your spirituality. Kò sí convert. It's between you and your God. Káwọn tó fẹ́ lo àwọn spirituality yẹn tó turn into religion, financial and militarization purposes, for what power, for what control. Túmọ̀ religion tó gbé wá ní ibi tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. Wọ́n turn spirituality yẹn into what they can use to control people and to make money from them. Kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ìyá mi kan sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ẹni $2 million, máa lọ lé o, alágójú ni máa lọ bẹ̀rù. Gbogbo àdó bá lọ́wọ́ nú ẹ̀. Ọkọ̀ bá lọ́mọ wọ yọ ni o. Kò sáyè wéré.
Kò sí o.
$2 million lọ́nà tí mo làágùn ẹ̀. Èmi ò ní fi lélẹ̀ kí á mo ti lọ́lé. Bàbá, mo dé o. Ọmọ mi kí ló ṣe ọ́ ni wọ́n máa bèèrè. Ìyá jẹ mí ń ta. Ìyàwó. Ó tán. Àárọ̀ wọn gbọ́n ṣẹ́ ni. Tí ẹ̀ka mo jí tí mo làágùn fún.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Èmi ò ní jùlẹ̀ o. Jùlẹ̀ jẹ́ olóyà ló fi ń jẹ̀yàn. Olódùmarè má jẹ́ rí. Mo yìn o, mo kí yín o. Obìnrin gidi ni yín o, obìnrin gidi ni yín o. Sherry, the fear of losing identity. Òun làwọn èèyàn ṣe mọ bó ṣe lè kú lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ní àwùjọ religion yìí. Torí wọn ò ní identity kan, ọmọdé bá ti filẹ̀ wọn ò ní mọ́. Ṣé àwọn tó ń mọ ibi tí ilé wọn wà? Tí wọn ò lè sọ ìtàn ẹbí wọn. Wọn ò lè sọ ìtàn ẹbí. Ká má wàá sọ ìtàn ìpìlẹ̀. Ṣé àwọn tó ti pa orúkọ sọ di tí n bá sọ kí ní ìsìn mo tún gbọ́dọ̀ dá mi bí ẹ̀rọ ẹ̀sìn.
Èmi náà máa ṣe change of name, wọ́n gbélé wa lórí ni.
Àbí bá sọ di Daniel báyìí.
Wọ́n gbélé wa lórí ni, a máa sọ kalẹ̀.
Because the moment they change your name,
that's your identity.
they've stolen your identity, and these are the things that people don't realize. And you keep taking your children for baptismal name, changing of name from what is authentic to what is wrong, what is Jehovah.
Torí Paul náà gbélé mi tẹ́lẹ̀, gbélé mi lórí tẹ́lẹ̀, mo ní irú ẹ̀jẹ̀ máa jẹ́ Rotimi mi o.
You have been captured mentally and psychologically.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Your reasoning, your thinking changed immediately. Ẹ ti mú àwọn ọmọ ẹ, àti mú àwọn ọmọ ẹ láti kéèké, láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ wọ́n di zombie. Sọ wọ́n di zombie. So it's not difficult for them to say they are listening. They are saying this thing, they are listening, they are not wanting motor here, but where do I go from here? Ẹ̀rù tó ń bà wọ́n nìyẹn. That's the crossroad tó wà. Where do I go from here? And that is why I've said it before. See, to deconstruct religious psychosis.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
And if we're saying we want to deconstruct religious psychosis and religiosity, then what are we replacing it with? How are we making them see that you yourself, you are a God? And that's the reason why agbára wà lórí ahọ́n ẹ. Until we make them realize that you yourself, you are a God unto yourself. Tó bá lè máa bá rẹ sọ tó dá, agbára wà lórí ahọ́n ẹ. Speak to your existence. Òun làbá ṣe máa sọ wípé kéèyàn máa fi ahọ́n ẹ máa wúre fúnra ẹ. Because agbára ti wà nínú ahọ́n ẹ. So until we make people realize that you yourself, you are a God unto yourself. You don't need to go and bow down for any man like you to make you see a God. Don't go away. To confirm by. We always say, "Aye ma pare, aye ma pare, aye ma pare." One don't fair ya won't be more. The aye ma pare just come bo. Then come home. What ma do? Then be more. So if I come and not go get a very shop who abstain from producing. Can't pass or not they abstain from gathering material wealth. Come and dispossess what on need. Then we will know book taking it especially but what you say shaking no she share not the book will share not because what if he held the one? I will keep asking people that show me where Satan in the Bible killed people.
Not single one.
Can you simple God, the so-called Lucifer, Satan in the Bible, show me where he killed people. But the biblical God killed people ceaselessly. And that is the God wants to preach to me. So, you want to show one more touch now. One more touch now. When the so-called biblical Moses came down from the Mount Sinai, he came with 15 laws, ni 3 tablets. Originally, it's about history. You don't know King James version. Totoloro. The Bible we call nunca olimo kafon. Me. That's a backy story to verse up. We were authentic or not. It came down with 3 tablets, 15 laws. No one can follow where. According to the story. And he met the Israelites to be my book, he wants to be my book, who shall touch him. And if as the 2nd or 3rd law, only thou shalt not kill. I beg you by you. And this same God commanded Moses to kill those people. And according to the biblical text, he killed 3,000 people at the spot. Show me where the so-called Lucifer in the Bible killed. So one part away. Lucifer knew, Satan knew. Show me where in the Bible. This same biblical God gave you know how many people died according to biblical history? Because we want to make a new world. So until we start deconstructing these things for these people, they would not understand and make them see the light constructively. Baba, I keep saying this thing constructively because go easy. Let's say you just tell me the zombie kekere at the kokoni. How do you follow me? So can you eti wa loporo e ko le jare ibo lo ma lo.
Ibo lo ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Òun ni so ẹ jẹ́ kó ríra ẹ bí pé bíbá ìlú ti wá. You are an African person from Nigeria, from either Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, you have a source, roots. Stop it. Tílẹ̀ ìbá bàjẹ́ mo lẹ́nu fún wọn ò lè jẹ́ jí òrà ilẹ̀ títí kan kí oríkì ẹ̀ dé Jerusalem.
Láíláí.
Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni ẹ́ àfi tó bá lórí kìlọ̀ wọn ò lè sọ̀tàn léyìn kó jẹ́ ìmáàmù kó jẹ́ àlùkà whatever kan kí ẹ̀ dé Saudi Arabia. So why do you want to destroy your root? because of a foreign religion that to accept. To mo bo ṣe dé bó ṣe kó mo bo bí àwọn bàbá láì ṣe gbà tó bá mọ̀ ni ò ní débẹ̀ mọ́. Torí pẹ̀lú ìpọ́njú pẹ̀lú ẹkún ìpayín kékeré náà fi gbà. Wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn lórí wọn, wọ́n dehumanize wọn, wọ́n tó gbà. So it's not a loving religion. Because even the text in the so-called Bible attests to it.
Benny, kill all of them, take them out of their lap. Ilẹ̀ wọn ni o, látọ̀rí ilẹ̀ wọn ni o.
He fought with Saul. Tí o bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ láyé ta wá sí, you castigate that person. Ṣé bọ́dọ̀ bọ́ ọmọ fún war crime?
Benny.
That's what I'm saying. And you'll be so happy that along our copy of Egypt. How can you be so silly and so daft to use that as a prayer point? Put yourself in the shoes of the Egyptians. If the so-called God had the power, why don't you just take away the Pharaoh? Put your arrowhead to ally. Rather than killing innocent people. And we just over it. Because our people don't realize that this thing does not make sense. I tell them, go and check. God just give me where in our own history, God, nowhere. I stand to be corrected. Nowhere. So until we realize that in me, I have the power to command things to myself and cast away evil things from my side. I have the power. The power resides in my tongue.
Ben.
But if you fight, they say I'm Lori. I am a Pharisee Lori. Now we saw Ori la Babo.
About foolish.
Ori enemy Beni.
Ben.
Nigbatori Beni. Ẹlòmíì fi orí ẹ̀ lẹ̀ lépùrẹ́ ló ń lé kiri ló máa wò ló máa sáré kiri kò ní mi lẹ́yìn fún mọ́sálà kọ́mí kò ṣẹ́jú anybody ohun tó ti fi mú ayé tó bá jàjàjà ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ̀ ló yọ ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ̀ ló yọ kó máa lọ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹlẹ́dàá kó máa lọ bọ ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ̀ ló yọ torí ẹlòmíì ti ìtàn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ àkéré ṣèbáyé kan láyé Jésù òyìnbó ṣáà ti gbàgbé ní Maryland.
Ben.
Anywhere you see the congregation of camps, error no one be baba. Error ni bon found in like how many camps error ni. Have you forget the biblical Koresh, the Texas, the US? What about the Guyana tragedy? James Jones. Camp no ni gbogbo ẹ. Wọ́n ní camp no ni. Ibi tí wàhálà ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú camping, wọ́n ní camping. Ibi tí wàhálà ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn because a lot of indoctrination, a lot of brainwashing, and now people will come out one man that be zombie because they've taken out the sense of reasoning. They can't think again. They cannot think. So our government are complicit. So about what you say, this is the national guy. When the banks came to them, to him, to loan him money. Only about the Shamadakpada, only Shabba Mashi Baba.
Ben.
Mashi conference. Why do I now? Because I don't want to buy. And when people that want to use money for economic values are refused loans. But because of this zombified method, don't you find when you see? And it's happening before our very eyes. So the government is complicit. Until we have leadership, not just one person. Because in your country, we want to
Ben.
They have like mind to deconstruct all these things. Just like Kagame is doing in Rwanda. Just like this Traore is now doing in Burkina Faso.
In Burkina Faso.
Yes. So that we can take all these things away and make people function. The Chinese, the Japanese are training their children from the kindergarten age to be independent. One cornish or what to be independent when they grow up. They can easily do some things and fend for themselves. You see our own children doing small children.
A dẹ̀ tún máa praise wọn. Pé
Praise wọn.
ah.
They are supposed to be busy preparing them for their future to be independent. It starts from it must start from our very homes. How many of us on this platform go and check our statuses or go and check our pages? Landis construction on the page you are. How many of us? But we can easily come here and talk. But what are you using our platforms for? If you somewhat believe in deconstructing all these religious psychosis, then why not put it on your page to let them see? Let them won't know where you stand. And let them learn from you that you have humanity in you.
Yes.
That irrespective of where you belong, your creed, your association, your race, you show empathy. Because if you have religion and don't have empathy, you have nothing. That's me. But if you have empathy, I don't believe in religion, I see you as a person in your near.
Ben.
You are upright before me. But if you come to me with a religiosity, I say go and sleep. Because I've read enough books to let me know that all these things are just to control your mind. Baba, or Julius King, Julie King. But I don't want to learn.
Ben.
I shall lose you. What shall she say? Where I shall lose you. What shall she say? Torí ẹni tó lọ́rọ̀ gan kò jáde wá sọ̀rọ̀. Èwo ni tiẹ̀ gbàràn mi dẹlẹ́rù.
Gbàràn mi dẹlẹ́rù ni o.
What if Julie King bá sọ pé òótọ́ ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bolo máa fojú sí? So why not wait till ẹni tó lọ́rọ̀ gan kó jáde gbogbo pé wọ́n sọ ẹ̀rọ ni Julie King is a known person to me.
Ben.
And when this thing came out, I sent the video to two of our very good friends. Taijo Murarada, 25 years back. They were working it Muri. Can you watch shocking? They made a number of more. Get in touch with Julie King. Let him come out and say something. But I don't need to come on the platform or any platform and say, we most time we do our work underground and try to fish a kilo shell. We come and go and say, go and prove yourself right or wrong. Because rape case is a previous offense.
Ben.
Toba leyan se ko se kan to dára ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé mo luyan ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé mo jà.
Ben.
But pé o rape so pẹ̀lẹ́ ni o so ibi tó bá wà náà tó bá pé àwọn tó mọ̀ dáadáa tó lè bá sọ̀rọ̀ because mi number lọ́wọ́ mo nsin if not I would have called them. Tó bá dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ kó pè mí náà tó bá lè sọ mo kó sọ pé kó pè mí Yomi Fashion so kó pè mí ó mọ̀ mí dáadáa àmọ́ra wa dáadáa so kó pè ká fojú rojú ká fi kuluku.
Ben.
Ibi táyọ̀ bá kù sí káwọn bá tẹ̀ máa yanjú ẹ̀ kò ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ ṣe gan ni bàbá kò ní rẹ̀ yín.
Ẹ ṣe àgbà ò ní tán lórílẹ̀ mi ní wá yín tì.
Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ fún wa àbá ẹ má bínú fẹ́ fi lè sáré sọ fún wa nítorí ẹjọ́ rd ẹjọ́ ṣàwọn amáyíra máa ń pàdé mo fẹ́ bẹ̀ ni ẹ̀bẹ̀ ni mo ti ro gan ẹ̀bẹ̀ ni wọ́n ní ẹ jẹ́ ká ìka tó bá ṣẹ̀ ní ká máa gé yàn pé ẹ gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa.
Ben.
Torí púpọ̀ nú àwọn ọ̀daràn yìí àwọn ọmọ tán bí wọn ò mọ bọ́n ṣe ń rówó àwọn kan nà ni. Bàbá mi ti mú wálé ní tèmi wọn ò mọ bọ́n ṣe ń rìn. Ẹni tó bá gbọ́njú nú wọn tó bá bí wọ́n léèrè ọ̀rọ̀ tí kú gbọ́ títẹ̀ fìdí náà máa sọ fún àbí kàn withdraw finance from that person. Mo fẹ́ fún wa ní story kan kí tó drop. I have a friend. Ó ní ọmọbìnrin kan tó mọ̀. Bàbá ọmọbìnrin wa jẹ́ immigration officer àbí custom officer. Mi ìrántí mọ́ sí. But ìkan méjì yẹn either immigration or custom. Every Friday according to that girl ni bàbá ẹ̀ máa ń gbé ṣaka owó wọlé Ghana must go kéré jù lágbẹ́ ọkùnrin tó bá gbé méjì mẹ́ta wọlé. Every Friday. Ọmọ wa lọ ọkọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé bàbá wọn come. Every day, every weekend, you're coming home with sack of money. Is it part of your salary? Can I bet if you don't know, àwọn lókè òkè ọ̀yá ẹni wọ́n ti wá mi ní ẹ̀mí fẹ́ dárúkọ òkè ọ̀yá ẹni wọ́n sọ wọn pé burú bọ́nsà ṣé ìwọ tí n bá rówó báyìí ṣé o máa wà ní private school tó ń lọ ẹ̀ because ọmọ yà tẹ́ one of the best private schools in Nigeria. Pé sọ pé owó kéré mú sọ́mbẹ̀ láyé ẹ̀ má tún bí mi question ẹ̀ mọ́. Ṣé ọmọ yẹn ó ní God láti bí mi ọmọ mi ò ní God bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́rì ọmọ mi ò mọ bó ṣe ń wá ọkàn náà ni. So ẹ ká jẹ́ kí ẹ.
TikTok yo TikTok. TikTok.
Èso àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn kan. Ṣé ọgbọ́n bàtí àbáyé ń jèso àwọn ọmọ yòó mọ̀?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ibi tí mò ń lọ gan nìyẹn.
Ó ti yé mi.
Ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣé bàbá mi àgbà òní tán lórílẹ̀ mi ní wá yín tì.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Mi ní wá yín tì.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Hey, codedly. Hey. Èní ìlágbára. Ẹ kálẹ́ ṣé pápá kára ń dọ̀pọ̀. Ọ̀la Sunday is another day.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome, sir.
Respect to
Uncle Yomi.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n tí wọ́n ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ tán. God bless him.
Mo tiẹ̀ fẹ́ okay tá bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán mo fẹ́ kí Uncle Yomi first class ò sọ̀rọ̀ nípa movie wọn kan tó fẹ́ jáde.
Okay.
Ẹ̀yin sọ̀rọ̀ tán máa gbé wọn padà wá.
Kílẹ̀.
Movie yín kan tó fẹ́ jáde àti eléyìí tẹ́ fẹ́ bá bàbá wa ní ṣó ní movie kan tó máa jáde ní cinema.
Kí ni ti bàbá wa ní stage performance ni.
Okay.
Adaptation of Toluwanile. Àwa pè ní Àṣìyànbí.
Àṣìyànbí.
Stage performance ni. Àṣìyànbí ni stage performance title.
Okay.
Àṣìyànbí. The first performance will come out on the 4th of October ní Terra Culture Leko. In Victoria Island.
Yeah.
In Victoria Island.
Okay. Ẹ sọ bí tí àwọn èèyàn ti máa rí ticket àti iye.
Aria.com.
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 All right.
Aria.com.
Ẹ jọ ṣe live stream ẹ fún
Wọ́n ṣàṣà a lè rí ní online ṣá. Torí àwọn
Yes, online náà ni. Online ni Aria.com. Online ni.
All right.
Yes.
Ó ti tán.
Lẹ́yìn náà láti lè rí tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì rà.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
So tẹ́yàn bá ra ticket yẹn ní aria.com ó máa rí wò ní orí site yẹn náà.
Rotimi.
Sá.
Mo ṣùgbọ́n wọn mọ́ mi ní $2 million.
Wọ́n wà bí báyìí Mọ́mí Sunshine.
Màá mi ẹja lọ́lé o. Ẹja lọ́lé o. 2 million ẹja lọ́lé o.
2 million kan ló sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n sì dá.
No, mọ́mí mi ní UK ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ but Mọ́mí Sunshine
Mọ́ mi 2 million bá ní ẹja lọ́lé o.
máa bá wọn chat.
Owó tí a ti jẹ́ fún láíláí àwọn olórí burúkú ò ní kó owó yìí jẹ.
Ológun lórí kìnnìún. Wọ́n ń ṣe ni ẹ̀. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do.
No.
That's what they do.
No, they're not going to get away with this one. No way. They will
I
turn
share on him.
All right.
Area.com.
So àwọn tó bá ra ticket yẹn ní aria.com sir.
By end of the month.
Ṣé wọ́n máa rí stage performance yẹn wò lórí site yẹn náà?
No. Aria.com is purely for the sales of the ticket.
For the tickets then àwọn tí ó wá sí ní Nàìjíríà ò ní lè rí wò nìyẹn since tó pé stage performance ni.
Nǹkan tó máa ṣe ni pé nǹkan tẹ́ra sọ iná nsìn. I'll discuss with the producer.
Okay.
So, máa jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀.
All right.
Concentrate my life, yes. All right.
So that ticket tá bá rà yẹn òun la máa fi lè login tá máa fi wò.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. Okay. Máa discuss pẹ̀lú ẹni yẹn.
All right sir.
YFL bó ṣe yá Yorùbá o.
RD ṣe ẹ máa get back sí wa.
Of course immediately tán kú Yomi fast fast bá ti fún mi ní details by get back to everybody.
All right, sir.
Rotimi ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ o.
Bàbá báwo ni?
Bó ṣe yá Yorùbá o.
Alpha. ẹ̀yin lọ ga ọ ẹ̀yin ká bèrè lọ́wọ́ pé kí ló ń lọ.
Ẹ ti pé sà.
ẹ̀yin ká bèrè lọ́wọ́ pé kí ló ń lọ ẹ̀yin lọ ga ọ pé kí ló ń bọ̀.
Ṣé ń gbọ́ former national PRO mi?
ẹ̀yin ni pátá bó ṣe ń lọ kò sí problem.
Abi. All right.
Okay.
Codedly. Oh yeah, sáré gbóhùn sókè. Round up.
Okay, yes, sir. What's the buttress most of the points, though? But because I chip in LA. Actually, money one girl, nígbà tí mo ṣe wà Nigeria.
Okay.
She's like 19 years old. So mom says pé understand life. Ó wá mo lọ sí àwọn white garment churches yẹn pé kàn lọ ṣe deliverance for ọmọ yẹn. Ọmọ yẹn sọ pé òun ò lè sọ fún anybody ní nǹkan tóun go through pé àfẹ́ mi based on pé mo máa ń like torí mom sí wọn máa ń fi wọ́n lẹ̀ sílé fún bóyá bí like 3 weeks or 1 month. Now she now told me that ní process deliverance yẹn bàbá yẹn gbé òun lọ sí guest house kan ó lóun bára òun bẹ̀ bàbá yẹn yìn fún 3 days consecutively. Yeah.
Ota.
I'm being serious now.
Try.
I'm talking of true life story. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀.
Codedly, ṣé ìbọn lọmọ yẹn ni tó fi ń yìn?
No, kò ṣọ̀rọ̀ àwàdà. Kò ṣọ̀rọ̀ àwàdà.
Continue.
As in, they took advantage of that girl. Now, funniest ibi tí mo ṣe wá tún lọ ní pé ṣé mo pé 7 days ni the remaining 3 days kó tó di the 7th day ọmọ bàbá yẹn ó tún ṣe normal fọmọ yẹn. Ọmọ yẹn ti wá sọ fún mi. And the mom of that particular girl paid. Ó lóun ò lè sọ fún mom say òun paid because they are so respected and everything. Ó lóun kò lè sọ fún amóhádé what is happening? Ó ní she's just being free with me to say what ara nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí woman yìí nìyẹn ṣẹ́rí. Mo ní ọmọbìnrin tí mo ṣe ní university gbà yẹn ní when I was in university. You understand? Like 12 years old now. I can't imagine her going through that process. Me nígbà. Because it takes a lot of things. Because it's stigmatization. Ló máa ń bọ́ sí pé wọn ò ní lè sọ̀rọ̀. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi kọ́ dẹ̀ máa sọ pé tó bá lè express ara ẹ̀ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ orí burúkú ni. Torí òun kíìpù kìíní ẹ̀ sára ẹ̀. Ìgbà tí mo gbọ́ kìíní ẹ̀ mo ní what the hell?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, go. Are you saying that a 19-year-old girl was sexually assaulted by the father and the son?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. By a religious leader of a white garment church for a deliverance. As in, I felt so bad.
Yeah, wo ló ṣẹlẹ̀ náà?
Cherry, àwọn tó bá lè ní boldness ẹ̀ láti wá síta láti sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ fún wọn kudos.
Ká encourage wọn, thank you so much.
It's not easy. Wọ́n máa wò pé wọ́n gbàdí lọ́wọ́ àwọn, but she was so free with me. You understand, ma? She was so free with me and she was like, okay, yes, see what happened. And I was like, so all this happened within 1 week? Like for real. She was just a 19-year-old girl. But kò sí báyé fẹ́ ṣe mọ̀ ìgbà mi tí wà standard the extent tó yẹ pé màá sọ pé I want to go to face the man and something. I'm just a person she could rely on and talk her mind, you know, but not family and everything. And that is all these things don't go by based on religion. Now the mom never knew that such things happened after paying such money for the deliverance. And that girl became wild eventually later. Oh, change it, You understand what I'm saying? She was raped and she was bleeding. You understand? She couldn't say all those things based on a issue I Kelly now. R. Kelly in America happens to be one of their favorite artists. But when the time caught up with him with evidences, he's now behind bars. They feel like Sherry, a lot of damage that religion has done than good. Because before you guys came to come and tell us that you want to colonize us and brought in some certain things in terms of killing of twins, Mary Slessor and all those stuff, see all what our religious leaders are turning out to be. Let's be sincere with each other. You telling me I'm getting an holy water from the Red Sea?
Coded. The Bible was very Jackson. Mary Celeste didn't stop the killing of twins.
No, according to what we were taught in school, only Mary Celeste we were taught in school that Mary Celeste taught.
No, Uncle Yomi, yeah, he is saying that they taught us, they brainwashed us with those history.
It's supposed to be in our history. Let's be frank and sincere. True that, sir, they were bringing the religion to penetrate us. Òun ló máa jẹ́ kí irú Apostle Suleiman ló máa sọ pé òun kan èèyàn kan wọ láti Germany wọnú France. Ṣé òun wá èmi ni tó ní gba visa? On the normal good day, ó ní wọ plane.
No, kí ló ń ṣe yín náà? Kí ló dẹ̀ defend ẹ̀ ni? Ṣé ní àwùjọ yẹn? Ṣé kò sáwọn doctors níbẹ̀ ni? Kò sáwọn professors níbẹ̀ ni? Kò sáwọn graduates níbẹ̀ ni? Àwọn iṣẹ́ ẹ má fight wọn ẹ fà wọn yẹn lẹ ọ̀rọ̀ bí ni wọn ẹ má ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ fi yẹn lẹ ọ̀rọ̀.
Ṣe sọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ gbọ́ ni that is what we are fighting for the cause because Ọlọ́run ń gbàdúrà mi. Mi tí bá máa sùn báyìí mi sọ pé mo ṣe prayer. Tí bá máa jí mi ṣe prayer. But mo mọ̀ pé Elédùmarè wà lókè ó dẹ̀ ń wò wá. Ṣé ó yé yín? Based on say I do my things like I believe it should be. Not you bringing some certain things on me. Òun ló jẹ́ kí woman ṣe cry out. Ṣebí torí pàdé ẹ̀ kú ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Woman tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Tí ó bá ṣe pé pàdé ẹ̀ kú ni, ó ti kasára ti pẹ́, àwọn bàbá yẹn ti sọ, wọ́n ti ṣe many things. Nígbà tó ń bleed tó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀, kó tó ṣe di pé you are not spilling out. Let's be sure to understand.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
And all is all about based on religion. Once we identify who we are, then we will know where we are going through. Sure, you understand?
Ben.
So I'm not defending anybody
No.
based on this one. I'm talking about ọmọ 19 years old. Tó jẹ́ pé bàbá àtọmọ wọ́n gbàdí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Based on religion, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe deliverance. Irú ẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ dáadáa. Àwọn tó bá ní boldness ẹ̀ náà máa lọ ọmọ yẹn ò lè jáde ní online láti sọ kínní. But ọjọ́ tó dé ní 7th day ló sọ pé òun fẹ́ sọ fún mi nǹkan tó ń go through. And I have a daughter.
Her mother paid for this. Her mother paid.
And her mother paid, as in, I'm talking as at then. I'm talking as at 2019. Mom said so 200 and something K. For deliverance. Now, Ewa go setting wabai. How many people are going to believe her? She couldn't express herself.
She doesn't even have any evidence.
Check to understand. She doesn't have that particular evidence, but circumstantial things can go on if we want to put it on. But who was I back then? See how it's going to be. Don't tell your mom. Because your mom took you there. And she faced those things. These are realities of life. We have a lot of people that keep mute or kept mute, and we will never say such a thing out there. And I felt for her like, Baba Tomogbat Lowe, oh, Monkoto is a taboo in the Yoruba land. And she's a Yoruba. But it is what it is. Koto shale chishale.
Thank you so much, Baba.
How do we always look at these religious and we look them respectfully? We want package. We jẹ more. We jẹ the likes of me more. It's so painful because I have a daughter. Ọlọ́run máa kọ́kọ́ fún mi lọ́mọ, ó fún mi lọ́mọ obìnrin. And I was like, ọmọ yìí mà ti ń dàgbà, ó ti wọ 12 years old. Kéèyàn wá ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fún, please don't deliver. Wait, kí ni religion? Kí ló ń wá kiri gan-an?
Máa ṣàpá ni, máa ṣàpá.
Òun ni nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n fi wálẹ̀ sí third world countries. In terms of economics.
Lọ́lé fún wọn ní
it's painful. Ẹ bá jẹ it's painful.
Nípa mi bẹ̀ ní nígbà pé mo ṣe ṣíṣàbáwò níbi tápè ṣíṣàbáwò.
Baba mi, you understand? So it's so simple. Religion has done much damage than the good.
Seriously.
Honestly, based on religion. Olúwa sọ pé kó bọ́ aṣọ ẹ̀, Olúwa sọ pé kó kàtọ̀ sókè, Olúwa sọ pé what the
Olúwa sọ wípé tó bá fẹ́ bímọ èmi ni mo kọ́kọ́ máa bá ẹ sùn, èmi ni màá ṣe kíní kan. Sister Funmilayo Fagbore, thank you so much for the gift. Really appreciate. They have Bible to defend all this rubbish and wickedness. That's the most annoying thing.
Rotimi.
Sir?
Wife, in case like this, I handle a lower Kwara by Pastor Gushe at Yahweh at Tomoy. What they connive that Leo or Motoeshe Pari final paper, I mean, there's a clearance project. What they Leo also tell Neil Lorry. What they Lorry pay to
Ah.
Almost 21 years.
And our case, wow. Look, Baba Mo, on the platform, how do you mama any African atheist?
Benny.
African atheist. I was the platform 2-3 days ago.
Benny.
So if your God tells you to buy your son, will you do it? Only yes, I'll do it. You might have caught you off the streets.
That is stupidity.
Oh, boom, we could buy your money. Why does she?
Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ ètò tún ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí platform àwọn guys yìí tó ń takú làwọn àfáà àti muslim yìí Àkànbí Ọlọ́ba olówó Èkó ó béèrè question lọ́wọ́ bọ̀bọ́ kan tó pe rẹ̀ ní àfáà pé ṣé o lè fẹ́ ọmọ ọdún 6 ṣé ẹ wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ń jọ yẹn onírọ́ ló máa ń lẹ́lẹ́rìí òun wà lọ́wọ́. The guy said it on live stream like this pé yes òun lè bọ́ ọmọ ọdún 9 sùn àwọn tó wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbére gidi. How did we get to this point in life?
How did we?
No, it's religion. It's religion.
There is something I want to say. Please, I know that our ladies, gbogbo àwọn tó ti wá fún mi ní stories wọn lórí from the Horse's Mouth series yìí. I am hoping that some of you who have stories and you still have your evidences, when it comes to protection, John torí Ọlọ́run ẹ má bẹ̀rù mo mọ tí mò ń sọ. Just make up your mind that see if we are not exposing these men, these mentally sick men hiding behind religion, either Muslim or Christianity, or even àwọn aláriwo kọ̀ọ̀kan tó pera wọn ní babaláwo, if we are not mentioning their names, the next victim they are working on might still be our family members.
Absolutely right.
The next victim they are targeting or that will slide into them might be the precious soul that we love. Some of us don't even know the source of what do they call it? October 1st, 1960 movie. These are the things that happened when they brought religion. They damaged lives. They sodomized people. They sodomized male children, from which so many can never recover. Now, one of the stories, from the horse's mouth stories, not for me, was Ongbele Gio. Parents náà ló mú lọ síbẹ̀ pé àwọn coach wọ́n fọmọ jìn bí Samuel bí wọ́n ṣe fi Samuel jìn. Only for her as a small kid, GS3 SS1, ní bàbá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dẹ́dùn ọmọ lọ́mọ. Ìjọ́ tí bàbá dẹ̀ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀, bàbá sọ fún wípé lẹ́mìí burúkú kan ni. Wọ́n máa yẹn ṣì wà ń bàdàn sìn. If not because the lady is afraid because of her husband. Story tí mo like láti take up ni. Mi máa ń pè fúnra mi gan, màá wá bàbá yẹn kan bàdàn. Ó wá sọ wípé pípẹ́ mi burúkú wà nú ọmọ yẹn. Pé then kó dùbúlẹ̀ pé ṣó rántí bí Elijah ṣe sùn sórí ọmọ opó yẹn. Yes, the damage of religion has been from time immemorial, but this is, if our awareness, if our shout and cry now will not deliver people from this madness, I don't know what else can.
I remember that story. And then the young lady went on to say that he was still doing it with other people.
We still doing it with other people. Àwọn ìyàwó lé. At the end of the day, the man tried and penetrated, and after the 4th time and everything, and they were doing it on a daily basis. If you ladies are not bold enough, just, sir?
For us now, let me say in Nigeria, other African countries.
Yes, sir.
Is all these private universities. Most of them are owned by Christian leaders.
That's right, sir.
So they go to service, they go to worship in the school. So they put these things in their head. Let's correct or redirect senses and one more. Don't have any colors public schools. I want Martin Mukbokri, the Obotari in the streets. How about that? Laughing more home bed. They lost private school. Private school, they can watch it, watch indoctrinate. I can't learn.
Nǹkan ti ṣe wá o.
You know me. Let me just say, I'm not bringing my child here to come and be Christian or you. Let him be. If he says he's not coming to your chapel, just let him sleep. I paid for the tuition fee. Let him study. When he's already, let him come home to me. Please don't put his senses towards that. I don't want to be religious. Otherwise, you see the other side of his father. When you suffer on his school, of his father, you see the other side of his father. When you suffer on his school, you're not going to back. I gave you my big question over here. But that blow my issue.
One man sign, they can expel them because of that. One man sign, they talk about the love for service. Then already both there Sonya, one we go to a molo, you go to one money school, oh, you to unilagilo. Because I'm me lost one of those, see one of those schools. Because I don't want my to like private school for anything. But because the father.
Ṣé ẹ rántí story ọmọ ti bí yẹn tí wọ́n sodomize pé ńgbà tó mú dé hospital wọ́n rí gbogbo kinní nínú ẹ̀.
Igbó ni kankan, drugs oríṣiríṣi.
Tí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn senior tí wọ́n sodomize ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ rántí lady yẹn? Christian school for that matter, and they swept it under the carpet.
Gbogbo àwọn Christian school yẹn fi gbogbo yẹn lé wọn fi ń bóbó àwọn èèyàn ni Olúwẹ̀ ti máa tọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ láti ilé ni àti máa sọ fún wọn láti ilé ipe nǹkan báyìí because I used to talk with my children and all that so yẹn ní láti máa tọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ ni because àwọn people yẹn ẹ gbàgbé ẹ̀ wọ́n kàn gbé Christian yẹn sórí ni nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe gan ó ju ti èṣù lọ because igbó táwọn ọmọ yẹn mu drugs wọ́n ní one of those kìíní tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní ward sí àrò wọ́n ti fún wọn ní ward ní àrò ní Abẹ́òkúta wọ́n ní kán máa mú coke kán máa mú kìíní kan ṣe báwọn security yẹn náà ló bá wọn gbé gbogbo kìíní yẹn wọlé báwọn security yẹn náà ni bẹ́ẹ̀ pé tó máa ti jí láàárọ̀ ọmọ mi máa ń ní kàtà ni mo ṣáà máa ń bẹ̀ pé má bá wọn jà òtórí tó bá mú tẹ́ bá lọ fẹjọ́ wọn sùn àwọn tó ilẹ̀ fẹjọ́ sùn náà ló máa sọ fún ẹni tó wá fẹjọ́ sùn kó tó jí láàárọ̀ báyìí stop igbó nínú gbogbo wọn ṣáńbèsì wọn tó máa ṣe kinní sọ gbogbo yẹn Ọlọ́run ló lè bá yàn ọ̀tọ̀ kinní torí àwọn ọmọ yẹn tí wọ́n burú ju ti àwọn public schools.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, before I pull the curtain, there is something I want to actually tell us. So many of us that are always agitated, running helter-skelter. Problem is it's because of one problem that made me to go to this person and then falling victim and everything. Even if some of us or many of us didn't do physics in secondary school, at the elementary part of our secondary school, we did some graphical whatever. And most times when you plot that graph, the reason why I mentioned physics is because it is in an oscillating form when you're doing waves. In mathematics, you have some of those equations, it will be in undulating form. What that tells me is, at the moment in life, you will be at the top of your game, you'll be doing well. And at the another part of the stage of the journey, you are at the trough level. They call it trough in physics, in waves. At the top part, they call it crest. That is how life is. The reason why we run into these people and being victimized is because we always want maybe a graph that it is only in maths, in books, that you can have that kind of graph. In real life, it is undulating. That's number one. Number two, it is not every one of us that will marry, that will have children, even if we marry, that will have cars, that will have that kind of job that you be in the midst of your friends. They say, where do you work? Oh, Chevron, this, that. They say, oh, you're lucky. It is not every one of us. Where are the people that first started telecommunication jobs yesterday? I am looking for them. I can't find them. It is not everybody that will have all these things that people are running helter-skelter to achieve, just to oppress. It is not. But everyone can have joy, peace of mind. But the peace of mind can never come until when you start being contented with the little you have.
Yes.
If that contentment is not there, you will keep running till you buy. And the people you even want to oppress in the first place, if you wear a wristwatch of 1 million today, you tell them they even appreciate you. Oh, it's nice. Give it 4-5 more days. They have started celebrating somebody with another achievement. Then you keep running. We cannot all achieve all these things. But individual peace of mind, it is for everybody. Are you married? You're looking for fruit of the womb. You are about calling that woli. You are about giving in. That it has an oil that will just put it on your clit. Hey, it will slide it. All this. You are about to take that decision. Please, if that man says, instead of going outside that marriage to go and do anything with that woli, you are just going to be jumping from frying pan to fire. And it's your lomon shaye. Because that's the greatest worry of our women. Oko ati omo. If that is all there is to life for somebody, then that person has not come to this life at all. If good job and house and cars, they are all there is to the life of a man, you have only come to a useless, worthless life. Thank God for the songs we met when we were growing up. Ìrọ̀rùn la bá nígbà tá a dáyé o. Ìrọ̀rùn la bá nígbà tá a dáyé. Kini, how did we get here? That one kan dẹ̀ tún máa jọ sọ pé ẹja lẹja ń jẹ sanra nísàlẹ̀ omi. Are you ẹja? Are you ẹja? Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sir. Àwọn ni now. You think that if our government really, if they are touched by families losing members, you think government wouldn't have done something to these rituals?
The most powerful currency, like I think Bahrain, Kuwait, and another country by Basin. And what we want to see poor person
Níbẹ̀.
With the policy that don't daddy won't make Ojeki Lua peaceful for one. Ati Jeroni, Ati Belu, Ati Billy Ron. So, I don't move motto because you are living okay. Peace you are for Ati Jeroni, for a share on people have laid out things there. We are good, but I want to have booking the law. I want you to answer to see what was Billy. Emil Bonipa, California, or Tibati, Mustafa was of
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Californium now per gram is
$27.1 million per gram.
27.
It's now 27.
Per gram.
And we have it in abundance and nobody is asking questions.
No, sir. Farabale, Ejayi Marusi, it's about Ejayi Maru. Uncle Connie Frenchium. Oh, no one idea. No, Frenchium is $1 billion per gram.
Yes.
Frenchium.
Yes.
In fact, Frenchium is $1 billion per gram.
Yes.
Okay. But the Tobati exposes the air for 3 minutes, might evaporate. So that's a guy they jealously gone. $1 billion per gram. Now you wonder, now you know why they're killing themselves over there.
Yes. Matter of fact, another meteor descended in February 2024. One calculated to each person in the planet, each and every man and woman in the planet, Kaba distributed for will all be worth $100 million. Everybody, you know. So.
The reason why I put something today, but why are we not joining BRICS? Why are we not joining BRICS? The people that came together to form BRICS are saying they want to do away with petrodollar. Because the moment you are spending a foreign currency to trade, you are killing your own economy.
Absolutely.
And that is why Brazil, Russia,
Libya,
Africa come together to form BRICS. Why is Nigeria not joining BRICS? When during Jonathan era,
let me answer your uncle. It's because we are Africans.
It's because
we are Africans.
So some African countries are joining.
But we in ourselves, we are a unique. Our personality is so unique. It's amazing. We are supposed to be the most intelligent people on the planet. Forgive me, but
no, we are still. But one
yes,
can
but
breathe.
As well. We are the
One
most.
can breathe.
Eh?
One can breathe.
Ben.
When they allow you to breathe, one have problem. And that is why they have stationed Kini very close to our borders. They have foreign army.
Yeah, they have their foreign army base. US has the strong one in Ghana.
We now know. We know the truth. We know that religion has been set up to set us up. We know that we have a false spirituality to derail us. We know that we know that our leaders, we have bad governors. We have bad governors all over the place. We know that our politicians hate us. We know that our spiritual leaders derail us. We know that we are lawless. We know it. It's not that we do not know it. We know it.
Because
so
what is the essence of ECOWAS?
Why are we still in the state that we are in?
If Burkina Faso, Mali, and Nigeria are saying that we want economic, political independence, we want to produce our things for ourselves, we want to wear what we sow, we want to eat what we farm, We want to put a stop to importation of things that we know that we can have here, we can produce here. And you see ECOWAS saying, no, don't do that. Is OAU saying anything? So what is the essence of having OAU, or whatever they call themselves, is AU or whatever, and ECOWAS?
Oh, AU.
AU and ECOWAS. If not that those guys are, I want to let it off money. But this is what we want that change. Because they went back in history and see that what Thomas Sankara wanted to do then was to liberate them. And they pied him.
Yes.
So I want
even Libya and go.
yes, so it's very difficult for any insurgency to arise because I'm on like you don't sleep. So if you have people like that with that frame of mind, because I don't know why Nigeria is championing going against these people. I don't know why. We are the problem of Africa. Nigeria is the problem of Africa. That I want to get it right. Other African countries will get it right. We are the problem.
Yes, sir.
Because we are the most populous.
Yes, sir.
We are the most traveled.
But it appears to me
we are the most resourceful. But we keep having bad leaders. From the grassroots to the presidency.
Ekalesa. Brian, me. Ekalesa. Mo máa fẹ́ bí yín ní ìbéèrè kan. Ṣé kìí ṣe pé bóyá Elédùmarè fẹ́ fi ìyà ọjọ́ iwájú jẹ wá tó fi ń fún wa ní gbogbo àwọn ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì tí ó jẹ́ pé kò tiẹ̀ sí níbòmíì ní àgbáyé? Ṣé kìí ṣe pé bóyá ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pé ogun kan máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ iwájú ni? Èmi ò mọ nǹkan tí ó wá tó wá jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà ni who ìwà dé bá ní 21st century. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa wo ọjọ́ iwájú ọ̀la o. Ṣé kò kí n ṣe because okay àwọn meteorites yìí tí wọ́n rí káàkiri wọ́n ní gold fúnra ẹ̀ wọ́n ní irúnmọlẹ̀ kan lòun náà tó jábọ́ látọ̀run. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ wo àwọn history àwọn òyìnbó tó bá decode ẹ̀ fún yàn.
Wally, thanks for joining.
Wow, thank you so much.
If I can just quickly respond, we'll go back. A man like I go back in history. Man like I strongly believe, and evidences are there, because the oldest human fossil, Professor Lincoln to discover was in Tanzania. Is it Tanzania?
Yeah, recently it's all discovered score.
Yes, they call one penny Lucy, not Lucy, of a woman. One probably 5 million years old or so. And if you want to go by biblical creation of the world, I want to go to 6,000, 7,000. If the oldest human fossil to discover is 5 or something million year old, biblical narration is correct. But okay, so many people here. Now, the beginning of human race is in Africa. Started here. That is why every other race, particularly the Caucasians, the Hispanics, they carry African DNA in them. Hello, Google, research.
Yes, they all migrated out from Africa.
We are dominant, they are recessive.
Ben.
We can stand any weather, they cannot stand any weather. Nígbà tí snow bá fall ẹbí lọ́dọ̀ wọn dúdú ló máa ń já ìlọ ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn máa wà nílé ni tóun bá dẹ̀ ràn náà àlá máa wà ń ta wọn kó kọ́ jáde wọ́n máa pín yín kiri. So we are dominant, they are recessive. Now everything that so is dominant in Africa. Gold, cobalt, zinc, iron, diamond, name it, is dominant in Africa. Àwọn àti ń bá wọn trade tipẹ́tipẹ́ after the migration to di pé àti kọjá equator, di pé àti bọ́ síbi tí ó tutù, tí skin color ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní change. This thing is thousands of years ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí kìíní yẹn ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní trade pẹ̀lú wọn ti di pé àti mingle, so wọ́n ti rí pé wealth wà níbí during the time of Sundiata of Mali, ẹ̀gbọ́n Mansa Musa of Mali. Àwọn tó mọ̀ pé yes, gold, wọ́n fi gold ṣe eré nìyẹn. So that is why if you go through the letter of King Leopold II of Belgium to kọ sí àwọn missionaries coming to Congo in 1883.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
When you have your time, go and read that letter. He told them, ibi tẹ́ ń lọ yìí, they know there is a God, but wọ́n pè lórúkọ tiwọn lédè tiwọn náà ń pè. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé there is a supreme being, èdè tiwọn náà fi ń pè. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé to kill is a sin, to rape is a sin, to sleep with another man's wife is a sin, to thief, to steal is a sin. So ṣáà náà kọ́ wa pé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ làwọn kan àti màá kan ló jẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan tó gbé tiwọn dé. But people are not deep in history, they don't know. We know we have conscience. So when they came, they come with this
Ibi tí wọ́n dé wà mọ́ nìyẹn.
Yes. So he said, make sure you take away their mind from the richness under their feet. So what we pay my policy to my job nothing new. There's nothing in this world. Look unto the heaven, look unto God is in heaven for your richness, for your comfortability. And what they cut to cooking a way to build their continent. That is why France will not let Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali rest. Africa about rise together to say enough is enough. Because everything to France in Jeleni, if you're living in France, is from Africa. If you're living in Britain, it's from Africa. If you're living in France, all over the world. All over the world. To ask yourself, why is traveling every time to France without giving us reasons of your visits every time there? So, Sherry, we will survive because power shifts. Power shifts. The first power we know, Africa was to bury. Africa was to bury. I want to form Egypt. They form Kemet, not because Egypt is saying what you adulterate. I only call Egyptians. The core Egyptians are from Sudan, Mali, I want Sahel here, I want East Africa here, I want the pharaohs here.
Were the people who were known as the Nubians?
Thank you, the Nubians, the Kemets.
How did they Arabize them to get that?
Because when this thing started from the Ottoman Empire from Turkey, one remote village in Turkey. So they waged war against, even before the Ottoman Empire, want to wage war against Egypt to destabilize dynasty one, like 4 times. So want to intermarry. So when the Arabs came to, they conquered them and they forced their religion on them. I want to put you on. I want to say either you accept Islam or you die. So those that accepted Islam were the ones they sent back to Sudan, Somalia, to go and Islamize them because Omo Yani won't be there around. Omo Yamini. I want Islamized Africans. They're not any Moors. They are the Moors that went to conquer France and civilize France 2 times.
And Spain.
Spain going to invest with France, Spain. And civilize Spain 2 times. The civilized them first time, want to go get it wrong. Want to go and get the Boshin way, my way, or my way, African, they wear you alone, but my way, Boshin Collie, Boshin Italy. So we had it going. The Greeks learned about civilization from Africa, from Egypt.
That's correct. Cleopatra was
They passed it on to the Romans. The Romans passed on to the Anglo-Saxons, on the British Navy. So everything came from Africa. That is why without African history, they don't have an history. They don't. So they need to eradicate it. And that's the essence of bringing all these things. So they know that the power will shift. They know that the power resides in Africa. Everything, the wealth and everything. So they don't want Africa to come together. Because coming together of Africa will pose a problem to them. But one fair, a time is coming and is very near that Africa will unite. The death of all these pro-Africans, Pan-Africanists, the so-called Patrice Lumumba, the Jomo Kenyatta, the likes of them would not go to waste.
Okay, Uncle Yomi, I'm sorry, sir. Let me interject here because I hear you and I hear you well, sir. But before we can start talking of the cure, we need to recognize that there is an illness in Africa, which is, I'm sorry to say, most of it is self-inflicted. Because the cause of the conversation starting before we got to this level, there is a rot, there is an evilness that is, that is self-evident in Africa. Okay, let me talk about Nigeria because Nigeria is more. But all what we're talking about does not an economy, a nation, or a society improve. What is going on? Because we are spiritual, we know that. Then how come those whom we sometimes rely on to be as spiritual guides, to be as instructors to enhance our faith, they turn out to be this? Of course, I'll no way because it is not the devil anyway. But they turn out to be so animals of wickedness, especially with the misogynistic hatred of the girl child, because the basis of wealth. Because I was waiting for you also to mention, like Tanzania is known as the bread basket of Africa. Because we may have all the gold, we may have all the silver, we may have all the metals.
Every African country.
Yes, but that's not what we are going to eat. We are going to need to eat food and water. And Africa has this aplenty. But in Nigeria, you must be aware of this, sir, that today a mother is going to be deciding whether she is the one who is going to eat or it is her children who is going to eat. How did we get here? How did we get here, sir? And ladies and gentlemen on the platform.
That's a tough one, but
you have people who are supposed to be guiding us, going
we
about
can delve into it
our children up and down.
That's a very deep one, but we can delve into it a bit. Like I said earlier, the religion itself, Talo weaponize it. Constantine lo weaponize it. Emperor Constantine lo weaponize it. Because then the so-called Jews were spiritualists with what they have. And they are very rebellious. And then the Romans wanted to bad idea. And that's okay. Before we start having issues, let's bring this together. Let's hijack this thing from them and translate it to them in a way that will suit us. That was why they removed like 25 or 26 or 36. Brother Daniel.
Sir?
26 or 36 apocryphal on your home bed. 26.
Ben.
On your home bed. But because I want to break in Danny, some of the monks want to receive because somebody don't want my power because these are the things that we want to suit our about this religion that beg for you. So if you don't follow these ones that beg for you, you know, con young care, I become lorigi, tobacco, it forbid, tobacco, camelo. So I want to weaponize the study iṣẹ́ owó nìyẹn. Àwọn náà wá gbé wá káàkiri tó ń tọ́ káàkiri tó láwọn ń gbé religion káàkiri just to gather people to make them sure pé okay interfere lẹ́ máa ṣe. And the point is that tó bá ti lè yọ ẹ̀kan wa kúrò ní àwọn kìíní àwọn nǹkan láfi lè tàfi di olówó lẹ́tẹ̀lẹ̀ tàfi yan bọ̀ sí wọn because Mansa Musa went on pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia because wọ́n ló distribute to gold lọ́nà. Ó crumple the economy of the world. So wọ́n gbé kíní ètí pọ̀ jù l'Africa. So they need to take a share of it. So how do we take share of it? It's by taking their mind and their senses away from their spirituality to be guidance for them. And they introduce their own religion and saying that the God that you are serving is the wrong God. But they came with power, with force. I'm talking about me. They call it buck breaking. Slave trade.
Yes.
They went away with astrologers, medicine men, doctors, builders, and they sodomized them. They dehumanized them before the rest of the people. So that thing sank into their memory. And over time, most of them became house boy. But now slave masters. So I will not pass on to the next generation. To now to what you're saying, man. What they did was systematic. More rush here. All of the people who are so embedded in our psychology. And
most especially they coined love and humanity. It needs to be able to enter us.
Of course. She understand. We had everything. We were peaceful. The spirit of wealth was there. Nobody lacked. Step by check history. I want to go to Nigeria. I want to jayé ọba tó ń jayé family tuntun was Aláàfin àtàwọn àrẹ̀mọ àtàwọn ajẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ fojú wọn ṣẹ́gi. Wọ́n tó fa war nìyẹn pé ẹ lè máa jayé káyé at the expense of the people's welfare and peace. So àwọn ọkọ̀ tó tọ́ ní bíbáyìí, but when they came with full force and a systematic way of entering to our subconsciousness. And now don't forget, àwọn náà ṣe ibi jù. So ọ̀dọ́ wọn láti ń train àwọn àmì wa. So one man want only lò lọ́dọ̀ wa àtàwọn tí wọ́n lè lò ara àwọn tí wọ́n train. So àwọn tí wọ́n lè lò yẹn náà máa second máa rí pé wọ́n wà ní power all through Africa. Ìwọ tó bá gbọ́ wọn ìlú tó bá force ara ẹ̀ dé power yẹn wọ́n á wọ́n máa yọ ẹ̀kọ́ tó bá gbọ́ tiwọn. If that's any problem nìyẹn. Because àwọn tó fẹ́ better the conditions of Africans, particularly bóyá ká máa mi tí ìròyìn rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ẹni tí mo kó bá ṣe kíní yẹn tí Nàìjíríà bá ti dé pé ó wà díẹ̀ bóyá díẹ̀ wà ní 1960 kù tó ṣe yẹn kálẹ̀ tó jẹ lẹ́yìn yẹn ó appease everybody tí ò gbé kíní yẹn wá sọ àkàtà tiẹ̀ nìkan èmi fẹ́ gbàgbọ́ wípé yà lè sí bitter wine. I'm sorry, I might be wrong. Kíní yẹn ò bá ti máa lọ wẹ́rẹ́ everything ti tó. But because àwọn tó amalgamate wọn náà ní 1914 wọn ò lérò orí lọ́pọlọ. Only be turned low because before then we were trading amongst ourselves. Àwọn Hausa ń wá sí Ọ̀yọ́, wọ́n wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n wá ń trade. Àwa náà ń lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn lọ ń trade. Ìtàn ilé yìí, àwọn máa ń kó àlùbọ́sà wa, àwọn náà máa kó nǹkan tí wọ́n lọ sọ́hùn. So I think trade dáadáa pẹ̀lú ra wa. But when these people came and said they want to amalgamate us, tó wà láti wà nìyẹn. Kálí àti ọ̀rá live jẹ́jẹ́ bá ṣe ọ̀rá live ní èdè tí wọ́n máa yéra wa. Ohun tá a bá discover and bíbá àti develop region wa. When we had regional system, at least we were okay, a bit. It was going smooth. We were developing at our own pace rather, and they are developing too at their own pace. But kini máa yẹn débẹ̀ fún tí gbogbo wọn náà dé débẹ̀ before ẹ̀kíní sọ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ commander gbogbo wọn JP Andrew Bishop ní commander because n tóun náà kópa òun ló wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn. So kini ti wà ń lẹ̀ àwọn gbọ́n tó wá ń jẹ́ ń sìn mà àwọn tí àwọn tọ̀hún fẹ́ kán wà ń bẹ̀ náà wà ń bẹ̀ tó máa gbọ́ràn sí wọn lẹ́nu. Babangida ò tí ṣàlàyé tó ṣe wà láyé sí nígbà táwọn ìdí àgbọn jẹ wọ́n introduce SAP sí wọn àwọn làwọn ò ṣe SAP pẹ̀lú kan tó fi yọ wọn through Babangida. And when it came with the structural adjustment program ibi tẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa fọ́ nìyẹn wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa devalue náírà wọn nìyẹn. They ti bọ̀ ọ́nú ẹ̀dì sí So gba àwọn tó ń gùn lé kíní yẹn wọ́n ń bá rot yẹn lẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ wọ́n bó ti jẹ́ ń bẹ̀ nígbà tí mi wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mo bẹ̀ rot yẹn sìn mo kọ̀ dé wá sílé ẹ̀ ní rot báwo ni mo wà ó ga àwọn mẹ́ta ok ìyàwó gba 10,000 mo gba 5,000 rot wọn náà bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí rí gba 50 kò fi ṣe owó kò fi ṣe kíní kò ṣe pàdé mi òun lọ ni ṣáwá gbọ́ pé mo ṣàbúrú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ á lè sọ̀rọ̀ ibi tí rot náà bá ń lẹ̀ làwọn tó kù náà ń gún lé lórí kíní ẹ̀ tó burú kan tí ó ṣe yọ ń sìn rot yẹn wá ń gòkè sí ó ń gòkè sí igi kan dẹ̀ lè dá bó ṣe I have never seen mi ò tí ì rí a singular person because mo ní èmi mo campaign fún Buhari because of his stand pé I want to fight corruption. Àwọn pé wàhálà tí a ní gangan náà nìyẹn but Buhari débẹ̀ kó ló ṣẹlẹ̀ igi kan lè dá bó ṣe àwọn tó surround ẹ̀ ò ní same ideology pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
That's true.
So wọ́n mess it up ni wọ́n sọ dáa nìdí àwọn tí wàá system ẹ̀ ti pẹ́pẹ́ from the House of Assembly, House of Reps, the ministers, the kí ló máa ń pa àbí ẹ̀ palm sex ibi tí rot yẹn ti wà nìyẹn so mail afẹ́ change you know. Mo ṣe máa sọ fún wa pé if we say we want to have the total hauling àwọn wo la rò pé mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ platform ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kó wà ní UK Yomi yóò kàn mí mo ní àwọn wo láti mọ̀ pé kì í àwọn ilé ìtọ́jú wọn lè ṣe wọ́n ká fà wọ́n sílẹ̀ mo láwọn wo gbogbo wọn lè sọ lórí platform yẹn. Yeah, we're saying okay, we must go out, we must protest. I'm a protest, no problem. But Kenya agenda, what are our plans? I will have file okay. I buy the lead to buy the Barangida. And they talk as so where are we going? So what we can be doing on the corner like the if I share about what I call one out.
Ben.
Each and every person, lonely office. President of Jagueshi, that's not ministers, only governors, only ambassadors. Our senators one bay, our reps one bay.
Allow our commissioners.
That is it. The commissioners are there.
Local chairman.
So let's address that office. Let's call that person out. What are you doing about it? Why so when we start questioning these office holders, now can you force the war? We start getting results. Our governor states won't need farms. To make your state okay. Gbogbo let's fáwọn estate developer tán. So kí la máa jẹ? Ṣé block la máa jẹ ni? We have arable lands. Kálẹ̀ fi dáko. Kí ló stop àwọn state governors to have farmlands to cater for your people? During the time of our forefathers, wọ́n máa ní ọjà. Aláàfin máa ní ọjà. Àwọn kábíyèsí máa ní ọjà to cater for the people. One farm to cater for the people. Ṣé bí tọ́jú fi di múlẹ̀ nìyẹn? So what are you doing about? Ṣé wọ́n lè wo template yẹn ni? Àgbègbè àwọn template àwọn kọjá àbáyé fi àwọn awólọ́ ọ́fíìsì lẹ̀ àwọn kílẹ̀ pọ̀ náà ranch, cow ranch.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, cattle ranch káàkiri bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kí náà fi gbọ́n wọn ṣe ẹjọ́ sà? Wọ́n yìí kọ́ di golf course nísìnyí. Kọ́ wà níbi ibi ọgbàmbì, ibi bẹ́gà iṣẹ́ yìí. Ó ti di golf course ni. So what are we saying? Ṣé from tó bá jẹ́ pé èèyàn kan ló fi ní idea sọ pé no, I need to take care of my people. But gbogbo wọn náà ni wọn were responsible, not just the presidency. So is that person máa mú wọn office of that person máa hold wọn by the jugular? Pé orúkọ ẹ̀rí ògùn rẹ̀ mi ló jẹ́ office ẹni kìíní ló ti láti kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Àmọ́ àlójú díẹ̀ díẹ̀ wọ́n wá pé yes, àmọ́ ọ̀kọ̀ tá à ń sọ. Kàkọ́ máa gbé lọ sókè pátápátá, ètò bá yẹ kó pátápátá, kà sọ the government is there to just bring out policies. Policies làwọn máa ṣe to ameliorate things for the citizens. It is now left for the okay baba, whatever bó máa dà kò ní dà whatever okay ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn state local government chairman kan fún ọ ní autonomy. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀? Tẹ bá fún wọn ló tẹ bá sanwó yẹn direct fún àbọ̀ ń gbowó yẹn tọ́ bá tẹ gbowó yẹn àwọn náà máa support for grassroots. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ street àdúgbò wa street àdúgbò yín iná ọ̀tọ̀ àdúgbò yín street light àdúgbò àwọn náà máa ṣe but because gbogbo yẹn wá sọ̀rọ̀ governor ni èyí tó bá gbọ́dọ̀ ló máa fún wọn because governor fẹ́ pocket ọ̀sápò nǹkan kò ṣe ní grassroots àti governor tó yẹ báyìí.
The grassroots have no power to challenge the government
at all. Now if tó bá fún ọ autonomy that means the local government chairman can be sued because kò ní immunity
You see.
can be questioned, can be arrested. But the fact and we are all sitting there, we are looking at them. As if we don't know, anything. So can it be give it to them? Let's try this one for once. Against all let's try it for once and see the results. So but because they know that most of us is I don't care. We are I don't care.
Mi mo boye be nko me ni kọ̀ọ̀kan.
We are all in a hurry. So they know how to get us. How to put we are not persistent. We are not persistent in our approach. So they know by the time I think 1 week come and
Yes, sir. On believe by adapt. We are so adaptable. Got to share it, yes, sir.
Well, of course, I share our shame. I know. Ìyàwó olóògbé ni wá. Ìyàwó olóògbé ní Nàìjíríà. Bó bá tọ́jú wọn jù á kú sẹ́kún ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ọkọ òun ò tọ́jú òun báyìí rí o.
Ó lè tọ́jú ẹ̀ náà tó wá kú sẹ́kún.
Àwọn ọkọ òun ò ṣeun báyìí rí o.
So, ṣe rí pé kíní ẹ ti ó gbọ́ gan. And because of the languages that we have, different languages, ó jẹ́ kíní ẹ difficult gan. Ibi tá a kíyèsí nìyẹn. And we've never had it good in Nigeria in terms of leadership, presidency.
Uncle, may I ask one question, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
My uncle coded list so can say okay, adaptability. But I am thinking of the word fear. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is the fear of recognizing that, like they are just pouring water into a basket. Like effort is not going to be rewarded. Like if you take a stand, if you are not going to be victimized, you are going to be tortured to the extent we've heard stories and many of them credible. The people who have raised up voices to say, sorry, this thing is not good, and they have been, literally obliterated. So maybe that is what is influencing the others, that they're saying, okay, might as well just keep quiet, because if you pass your own now, trouble.
We have lawmakers. Their head office in Abuja. House of Reps who are Abuja. Laws will allow them tabale stage. But these are our demands. Most of the money, kill our demands. They can itemize it. Can't and fire or to onje wa won gon sin ko ma bere sin ma.
Then
Dear man, you let them abogba. Can you see by 2012? Even before then, what's in real Furani. But 2012, we germinate. And what did the government in power then did? Nothing. Nothing. They played politics with it. The government after that, offer an amnesty. Thinking you will quell the agitation. Could work. The so I'm killing to work vacancy. Want to worry be share. And it has ulterior motive. A lady friend who happens to be an actor, I want to shoot film like 7 years ago now. Taking in Shelley. Only wife money only can you low on. The way they are sucking farmers from farms who low on. Now do you only came out. Only because they want to come up with GMO, genetically modified organisms.
Benny.
And now where are we going? Do we even need that in Africa as a whole? We don't need that. But because they want to sell their market, they want to make money. I know that Africa or Jawal Africa as a whole, Akpogon Africa, man. One China, just one country, China. Asia continent to country new. More the don't go to China.
Near Russia, the same thing. They can't do it in Russia too.
Continent. In Yeti Morocco Bakare Moa, I'm a 54. If not 56 in Zimbabwe, because as a long small country cannot say. So it is our weaknesses of not being able to come together by their own calculation. Not fish divide and conquer. So they talk what are the oil spillage. Kilo shall I see? In those Niger Delta, Mama, we only need to have even our fathers. I don't know for now. One day they want to protest now. So Kiloje, so I'm on command for you. But we're not saying I should protest.
I remember Ken Saruwiwa.
Yes, but when we have, it's supposed to be a collective thing. When we have our scholars, slaves, engineers, no sitting until you listen to us. Come one bed for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. International word that be. I don't know if one for attention paying. Jacolan so in compile and fair. In compile umuriatamize, in compile and fair. Enough is enough. You cannot be collecting 22 million naira. Can my phone share 30,000 naira? I'll be 60.
How did we even end up having that kind of discussion and fight?
Okay, there's natural salaries. Let us feel that you are part of us.
Understand that increase the salary, the monthly salary of the judges by 300%.
Where there's abject poverty. Now you can't fight it. Mommy, only fight insurgency. The next man came at me on Shalom do marry. But the next 10 years already fight. Because to Pekagon.
And they have their sponsors from outside the country.
Video our kidnapper to share video in Nigeria. If it say Ayako one day.
So can you see what he said? Let's make what at what time and see. Oh my lagbara,
there's a TikTok video going on, a young Hausa army officer who said, call a spade a spade. He said it in Hausa. I don't understand Hausa, but it was being interpreted. And he was saying that if Nigeria wanted to get rid of the bandits within 1 week, with the right instructions given to the army, with the right weaponry given to them, they said they would get rid of the bandits within 1 week. He said, but they are never going to do it. The government is never going to do so because keeping the people down pays them. I don't know if I'm interpreting it right, that, it is to the government's advantage that the bandits should still be kept in business. Because the bandits now, they're not putting their wares on TikTok. They now have YouTube channels.
Because how are they uploading? How are they uploading their videos? Exactly. From Barry Network, from Barry Data.
God bless you, sir.
You can track them. You can track them.
The infantry
to within 1 hour. They can get all their PI addresses, but it's not happening.
Of course.
The infantry to post that this is what I'm doing for a living.
Yes,
kidnapping and this is money.
Yes, sir.
And what are you going to do? It's a shame on Nigerian government.
But
yes, sir. More
take drastic action. Take drastic action from the north. Because you are killing our people. Me or yourself. But you are killing our people.
It better not Latini repentant Boko Haram now. Boko Haram.
Oh. I need in conscience and Louis. La wafi so we see ejeki are facing restructuring. Let's restructure this country. from
whereby the
restructuring.
minorities can come out and
Because we have well over 250 tribes in Nigeria. Our meta is going to was okay.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Well over 250. Now one Nigeria, our meta was okay. I want to go young company called Wallace. On Shayon.
Esa, Sherry 250 million teso yen. Esa,
50 million call. Tribe.
I have a buy your pass on Jola population census, Abi. Yeah. Láti gbà yẹn àmà mọ figure wa báyìí.
Ó dàgbà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn, àṣẹlẹ̀ Ọbásanjọ́. Ó dàgbà ṣe during Jonathan Buhari, yeah, I remember. Like during Buhari, during Buhari. Yes, during Buhari.
All right.
During Buhari.
But I think for you know.
So from restructuring, probably we can go back to regional. Ìyáálé máa tákù ẹni mi, wọ́n náà tákù lẹ́ni ẹ̀ náà. Kò ní sí pé bóyá òun witch hunt. Àbí mo ṣojú ṣáájú. Ẹni mi ló ń govern mo ń tákù.
But in the first instance, we need to put our house in order. We need to get people into the right frame of mind so that they begin to recognize that they have worth in themselves. And the first step might be to deliver ourselves from our own self-imposed, self-slave masters. We now know that we know, as you have very lucidly shown us here, we know, and we now know, we can see the international agenda. And since, because they say knowledge is power, and what a thing only has power if it is hidden. We know their hidden plans and we know their agendas. So we now know that whatever is happening within us, especially in Africa, it's self-imposition upon UNC. Because we need to deliver ourselves. Particularly
hello, ma.
slave masters.
Hello, ma. Ṣé wo Apostle Suleiman nígbà tó sọ̀rọ̀ mo mention name ẹ̀ tó sọ pé èèyàn kan wọlé láì gba visa. Ó wọnú toilet. Àbí? Ó dẹ̀ bá rẹ̀ ní Germany. And gullible thousands of people were there. Liberation tá à ń sọ nípa gbogbo kìíní tó lead. Ṣẹ́rí àwọn politicians wà wọn burú. Ṣẹ́rí àwọn religious leaders wa wọn burú. Aye. Wọ́n máa ní pé okay, use this holy water. Èyí jẹ èyí ò jẹ. Òun náà ń ṣe.
Ṣé rí nǹkan tí mo ṣe sọ wípé like Uncle Yomi said, and some people said also that igi kan ò lè dàgbò ṣe. When we try to intensify our agitations against the damages that religion has done, what it means is we'll now have more inflow of people, lesser number of people that are going to be praying and hoping when there is no hope anyway. There will be more influx of people that will actually be singing what we are singing now, being here, that we deserve better. And fortunately enough, we have what it takes in Nigeria and Africa to make us better, to live better standard of living, to have better standard of living. Now, the question is not going to be that, okay, we'll be speaking the same language against the government, and that is when we're going to be fighting the right battle when we say we want to do protest. Because it's not going to be protest of end bad government. Oh my God, this network is... No. Oh my God. This flagging is... Please, you help me power tap now.
In the name of Jesus.
No, Rimo. Oh, Rimo, in the name of Jesus. I won't rase ushi. Sorry, they flagged me. Now, what I'm trying to say is, it's not going to be, we're going to end bad governance, we're going to end bad government, all this stupid story that they are doing. Because when you say you end this government, what is the constitution that the next government that you want to bring in are going to be using? So the restructuring definitely will have to come from the restructuring of constitution, the constitution that doesn't allow somebody to loot. If somebody is found looting, what is in the constitution for that person? So we must be able to be talking about these things, but that will be after when religion has been dealt. And we can only thank God that at least this year 2024 has marked a very big one for us when it comes to being able to talk.
Yes, sir.
Yes, being able to talk, because 4-5 years ago, ta ló jẹ́ gbéná wojú ẹkùn àwọn bàbá yìí? Kò sí. Má sọ̀rọ̀ wọn, touch not my anointed and do my prophet. It has reduced. I remember 2018, early 2019, I will post on Facebook, being the only social media, whatever that I had. I will be the one to log out of my own account and run away.
Yes.
Log out is how long won't be ìyá Ìbàdàn that kí n dúró ka comment, because back then 99% èpè ló pọ̀ jù àtàwọn tó máa bú mi pé ọmọ àlè, you will die, you will shake kinní kan. Only that they didn't realize that their comments will now serve as a springboard that will be making me to jump and fly. So after some time, I wasn't going off again. When I saw 2-3 people saying, boy, so my strength was coming up. Later, the ratio started changing. 30% support, 70% against. Now, as we were having this live video, only one guy showed his face. So you can see that when we begin to talk, like Uncle Yomi Fashionable said something very important today. What is the percentage of us that are listening today are bold enough to put some things on our pages? What percentage? The little one you have, put it. If you have a post from somebody that is talking about liberation, put it on your page. Let it go viral. It's only... This is a very crucial and dangerous time that we are in. If we don't get it right this time, the next generation will suffer so much for it, and they will not even remember us for good. I'm telling you, yes, we want to enjoy few minutes enjoyment, but this enjoyment is taking more time than they should be taking. This is the time that ká máa fọwọ́ kan ṣiṣẹ́, ká fọwọ́ kejì, ká fi mú idà dání or ìbọn or àáké. I'm telling you, in the history of Africa now, that is what should be happening. What we see on daily basis, we can, in fact, if we begin to talk about it, ni kúrò ń bí báyìí lálẹ́. So, Joe, we have more work to do. Everybody that is liberated, we have so much work to do. And to everybody that has always been posting our stores on WhatsApp status, on different platforms and everything, because as at yesterday or the day before yesterday, they were talking somewhere around Ibadan. When they want to be 17, then they were talking. This pastor, the lady was narrating her experience. That means you've not been listening to so person on TikTok, blah blah, and some other people on Facebook. If you had been listening to them, you wouldn't have fallen victim, blah blah. Or Bibasu Inoni. Who is the person? Go on his page and the girl asked for my number. So the liberation is going gradually, and once we are able to break the wings of religion, trust me, there will be a way for Africa. If we are able to break the wings of religion to a good extent, there will be way forward for us. There will be. Fact there one, please. It goes okay. Yes, sir.
I really try go, and we have some people on ground. 72 is still a crowd.
Yes.
And I think 72 people go around and say things that they are new to people's hearing. Because we talk about the solution. The first thing is to trying to sensitize the people.
Yes.
So that they from the bondage. So religion is one of the major problems, as you all know. Then another thing is that I will be blunt about it. Another thing is that no matter how you talk about the government in that country, God, it's not even meant to be a country, because it's all going on. When you talk about biggest scam like I ever think of is democracy. And the Barry Cotton said that Kenya and Sing, that fire, it meant good. It meant so good for that country. But because it's tied with something called democracy. Because in recent, I want to practice democracy. Go and check their country in depth. You see that they are not even doing it. Because to be realistic, Nigeria, there are all three things to work. Number one, you should have a military empire separate, not reporting or being under a government. A military empire should be separate. Then another thing is an opposition party. To Mama Kanta and got anybody back to pay a government of the day. So, and the third one, don't have any judiciary system that should question people that do rubbish. And when you're going to rubbish, they go about with it, go with it. You have 50 billion or so for what they didn't do, what they want. It's a big government. So these are the things. To expect judiciary standing, we should be questioning all those things.
Wọ́n ti ra gbogbo ẹ̀, wọ́n ti kówó sí wọn lápò, wọn ò lè sòótọ́ mọ́.
Set up a panel, association, or let me say whatever it is to pray in EFCC. First chairman one, Ojo Elilo. The following one, Tutu Bebe, Elujo, Etule Enolo. Third one, Tutu Bebe, Elujo, Otule Elo. That was the BY saying. The chairman EFCC don't lilo. You can just don't number. So these are the things. And these are the organizations set up to fight corruption. So this is the idea. These people are puppets to the West. And we all know. So, you are just laughing. Because what this man has done in 6 months, in 1 year, it can never be solved in the next 5 years. The man deserves to apologize to Nigerians. You claim the first day on your office, you said their subsidy is gone. The information is on the net. Hello, you see how much this man paid for subsidy that you claim is gone. Throw the people into menace, things increased by more than 300%, and you don't even care about it. Now people are sad, they are worried, they are sad, they are hungry, they are being fired on a daily basis. They come out to protest, you bring our military to buy them. These are not the things that we expect in a democratic country. So we have to be factual. And if the nail at the top, what's happening in Burkina Faso is not being publicized. Go to your Instagram in Nigeria, the control media. Won't take anybody more. Go to Burkina Faso. Why? These are the things. Hello, the Instagram then your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your these are what they want to feed Nigerian youth. And Nigerian youth should be informed. They should know their enemies. If you know your enemy.
But Emma Bino, Uncle me, Emma Bino, she's not one religious leaders. You know, she see because eventually, Unkokonon 10 tight here. No, 10%. Nkote your banshee. No. I want to brew you politicians in Los Angeles. They know we are suffering and they are still coming up to still tell us this, and they have the worst things to do. Woman tó jáde lọ́jọ́ wo òun ló place lórí discussion.
These people work together and they just follow a platform.
To understand nǹkan mò ń sọ, so ẹja máa sọ pé politicians kan wọ́n lẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn religious leaders yìí ni.
When you want to carry out an assignment, you need people to carry out to emphasize those assignments for you, and that is why the religion leaders are there. They are the one puppeting gbogbo nǹkan tí puppets ń ṣe. Ọ̀gá ṣe hierarchy wọn lélẹ́yìí. The Western are there, the puppets are the politicians, then the religion leaders. And from downstream line, you will find out that the traditional rulers are there too. I want them to junior. If you don't hear people here, that's reality. You have to be factual. So they have been controlling the life of Nigerians, and the next generation has been sold. And we are here, we don't even know. So they are just controlling the media, imperishing the life and impoverish the life of Nigerians. The next generation has been impoverished as well. Want to tie almost everything. Now you hear them NNPC but they are privatizing. What are these things? Want to take the refinery in Italy. These are the things. If you are not aware, let's get to inform people. They know their problem. Any advertising for Burkina Faso.
They didn't.
That they should come back to ECOWAS. What ECOWAS? What have ECOWAS brought to them? That is the end for Mr. If it's Nigeria that has been liberated like that, that is the end for all these puppets, all these Western rubbish colonizers. You just come, feed on the shore of Africa, and you keep doing that continuously. We need a shift of power. àwọn abókítẹ́ lórí wọn dàrú ọ̀nà mú raise flag ní lọ́jọ́ yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ you think they are mad they know what they are doing somebody is threatening you with gun you are holding Bible you are holding Quran are you fool tọ́jú ẹ̀yìn ẹni so these are the things that is to come face let's know our enemy and let's know how to fight with them significantly technically every other thing tá bá fẹ́ lò ó ní ká lò because we need to ẹ̀rọ tá bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ jù nísìnyí báyìí because we are Africans tá bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ jù nísìnyí they will flag this thing and before you know it nílé bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ Africans come together form a giant have their satellite have their application have all these things now wọ́n ti kó GMO tó ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn ẹni tó bá understand ẹ ni pé gbogbo seed tó wà Nàìjíríà tó jẹ́ èso wọ́n ti kó lọ wọ́n ti lọ sí mọ́bì wọn fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ní seed mọ́ they definitely ẹ máa ra seed lọ́wọ́ wọn kẹ́ tó gbìn nǹkan tẹ́ máa. The government know and the people that they are buying them knows that the moment you are planting food you are growing crops ẹ bá ti jẹun ẹ tó bá yó ló máa sọ pé ìjọba kí ló dé tẹ̀lé jówó wa gbàtẹ́ ẹ bá tẹ̀ ń bá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa jẹun káàkiri bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ìrò ń jẹjẹ ẹ ní lójú ìjọba náà.
Exactly.
So these are the things. So we have to face them. And
a hungry man is not an intelligent man.
Exactly. The game is over. The game of religion is gone. At you overcome, I will keep preaching it. Another game is that they want to come and tell you what is not. That is democracy. Democracy is a scam. You said there is democracy. What is democracy? When you carry a kakabula and you buy protesters. And you say, 3 days ago, when you sent $27,000, you can feed their ship from Biden. You don't know where they went, and you saw that these people came out. They buy them. You didn't query that. You don't question it. That's to tell you where they are coming from. They don't care about you. So we have to know that these people are our enemy, known enemies. And they are just playing life, they are playing cards. And you'll be 3,000 people in Nigeria, lane kilo pa won, ìjọba náà ni. And to kuku hospital, àwọn nǹkan tí ò ní túmọ̀, pastor àgbòrò fún ẹ kó máa lò.
And you will never see that news on Nigerian news channels. But you will hear about it on the other channels.
Ẹ máa ya àwọn ẹ̀ tó ń kú lójú títì lójúmọ́. Ṣé máa ya àwọn ẹ̀ tó tẹ̀lé dúró sínú ilé wọn sìn? Wọ́n lọ rọ̀bù wọn pa wọ́n. Sírù nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ just to tell you that we'll be calibrating, we'll be killing buying ourselves. Because we have a young, and will be ritualistic for Southwest insane. Don't compare with our Molomoson. In your top thing, you go America, America, Lina, because in France, then it's okay, we can call a berry, show. These are the things. So let's start preaching it. Let's try preaching it. So I won't
thank you so much.
People, please. And that's the most thing that we have to do right now. Thank you so much. I used to do it on my own WhatsApp. And to buy and to buy bida ko wodi emi wa ko ba mi sọ̀rọ̀ we. Ma ko ni oko eko gidi. That's how it should be.
Thank you so much. Sister Funke Olaiwola, you have one or two things to say? Can you round up?
Sorry, my sister, just give me 1 minute. I'll be out. It's now 2:28 in the morning. Bye, RD. So, but I just wanted to say one thing. RD, do I have your permission? Because I have to ask it to the house. Do I have your permission? Because I'm now fairly active on my own TikTok. Do I have your permission to tell people to come to your channel to get knowledge and information?
Of course, ma.
Okay.
Of course, ma.
That is what
Of course, ma. Hey, need permission for you, ma.
No. For clarity, no, not for clarity. So I have to make sure because I'll be mentioned when I'm talking on my channels. I want to be telling people that listen, if you want to hear, like we all been discussing, and because talking about it is we are getting to the stage very clearly. We need to stop talking. We now need to start acting.
Ben.
You understand? Because all what we need to know, we now know. The file here don't open. We know what is going on. So how we are now going to be dealing with it is what we should now be discussing.
Yes.
But I'll be sending them to your channel.
Thank you so much, ma.
I wish you a very good night, ladies and gentlemen on the channel, my kings and queens. God bless you all.
Yes. Okuyomi first class share gan fún knowledge passing. I can see comments running in on Facebook page on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody that shared one or two things today. Towa enlightening. Really, thank you so much. Tomorrow is Sunday. Any 30 was Sunday in Nigeria. Depending, I think some people will want to. They wouldn't mind to share their experiences on a live video like this, so they want me to do, even if it is only 2 hours tomorrow Sunday. So it's going to be around 5 p.m. Nigeria time. Yes, you can do it, Sister Felicia Ezeke. Please go ahead. Please, you can do it. Anything on my live video ones you screen record, you are free to. And you can also tag me too, so that I can also share it. Thank you so much. If anybody screen recorded anything, you can tag me when you are posting it, so that I can also post it as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uncle Yomi, thank you so much. Mommy Baroness, thank you so much. Uncle Popsi, Nomotayo, everybody, Abby, Sister Vicky, I can see your hand. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything. YouTube family, thank you so much. I'm really working on getting the gadget for your WhatsApp call. People have been asking. I don't know. People just like the YouTube. They are not on Facebook. They are not on TikTok, but they just prefer the YouTube. I will make provision for your own call-ins too. You can phone me anytime there. And lastly, based on what I said before, part of the action that I have decided to start taking concerning our children, the program is going to be starting very soon. I will make the announcement. I've started my assignment on how to go about it. It's going to be on Sundays, not on Saturday, not on Monday. It's going to be on Sunday morning. So I'm going to be seeing whether children will prefer where their brains will be juggled and where they can be asked questions to provide answers, or they want to go to what do they call it? They would want to go to church where they have been feeding them with lies and everything. So I will definitely be giving us updates, and depending on what happens, I would be requiring parents to inbox me so that I can send them what do they call it? I can send them a notification that their children or their child has been picked for the live video, so that the child will be ready to participate in the competition. And it's going to be on Sundays. So once I finalize all the plans, I will let us know, so that at the end of the day we will kickstart and see how it goes. And probably when we start running that on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube, as we're going to be having it, probably we will now start setting up places in our local communities where these things can be taking place, where we'll have the physical gifts on ground for the winners and everything, debate, ìjìnlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá, òwe, and all these things, àṣà and everything. We have to start putting into action, putting our words into actions. The sensitization has really gone really far already. And so we'll come again. If you have anything to say, if you want to share any of your experiences with any pastor, Afa, or Babalawo, and you'll be interested in speaking tomorrow Sunday, being 1st of September, it's going to be 5 p.m. Nigerian time, so we can just spend around 2 hours. Please, you can also leave me, you can DM me, you can send a direct message to me. I'll get it and get back to you. Okay? All right. And until then, that we will be coming to until tomorrow Sunday, that will be coming together again. I appreciate every one of you. Facebook family, I appreciate you. Me and you, and Nikoko. It's just that the names are so numerous, I can't even begin to mention, but I appreciate every one of you for standing up for the truth and the liberation of our people. TikTok family, I say Bosa, thank you so much. YouTube family, I salute you. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Rotimi Daniels.
Bye-bye, Ogolana, good night, sir.